Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Can y'all hear me? If y'all can hear me, type a yes in the comments. We'll be getting started in just a second. Hey Doris, how you doing, sis? Hey Slim Thick, how y'all doing, man? I'm glad everybody can tap in. This is definitely a positive live. Um, I know I've been telling y'all that I had a good bit of people that wanted to speak on domestic violence. This is Domestic Violence Month, y'all. So before it leave, I have to put some real people that deserve their flowers on my platform. You feel me? We all have heard a lot of domestic violence stories. Some are true, some are false. We're going to also speak on and compare stories to those that we hear now in real domestic violence situations. I want everybody to keep an open mind. Um, and don't be afraid to ask questions. My link is in the box. So anybody that has been through domestic violence that want to join, please hit that link. Um, and I definitely will get started in just a second. So y'all make sure y'all share this out, please. I hope y'all having a beautiful day. Hi to all the beautiful queens in the chat. Yes, yes. Hey, open book. How you doing, love? I'm glad my moderator in here because I'm gonna need you, sis. I'm gonna need you. Hey, Erica Claiborne. How you doing, love? Okay, y'all. Um, I want to welcome a beautiful, beautiful young lady by the name of Kendra Arrington. She gonna kick my butt because I know I'm messing up her name, but y'all know I'm the queen of messing up her name. But I actually met this young lady over Facebook, and she has shared her story with me several times, and it's jaw dropping, all of the things that she has went through and all of the mountains that she has overcome. That's why I always say your trials and tribulations can help you, motivate you, you know what I'm saying, to do different, to want different in life, to do better, period. And she is definitely an example of that. She has went through a lot, but she has overcome it. So Kenda, if you already in the building, that link is down there where you have it. Please tap in. Y'all, I'm waiting on her to come in, and I will be bringing her on up. And if anybody else have a domestic violence story or testimony that they want to say, that link is in at the bottom. Y'all can grab it. Hey, Beyond Crafting with Rita, how you doing, love? Thank y'all for tapping in. Make sure y'all hit that like button and definitely that share. This is a touchy subject, but a lot of women and men need to hear it and talk about it. You know, it's a lot of people that has actually went through domestic violence that will not voice their story. They will not speak on it at all, which is like most domestic violence women who has went through it. They don't like speaking on it. They're afraid to. So anybody that can speak up, I commend you 100%. Hey everybody. Hey y'all. I see y'all tapping in. Thank y'all for showing your girl some love. You feel me? Especially when it's not just on negativity. You got a lot of people that's gonna show love when it's negative, but this is actually positive. A lot of people need to hear this. And I am waiting. She said give her 5 minutes and she will be right up. Hey Audrey Williams, how y'all doing, love? Y'all make sure y'all hit that share button My Cash App is up top if y'all want to send a donation. It's not mandatory, but if you can, or super chat, whatever y'all choose to do. I am waiting on one of my guests. She said 5 minutes and she'll be up, so that's what we're waiting on. If anybody else have a domestic violence testimony or have witnessed it or whatever, if y'all want to hit that link, y'all can come on up while we wait on her right quick. Hey, Lika Frazier, how y'all doing? Hey, Roro, thank you for that. I see you drop my Cash App, boo. Hey, Monica Smith, how you doing, love? And all of y'all that's on here that's not following me on Miss Authentic on Facebook, y'all make sure y'all go follow me on Miss Authentic, man. Let's run it up. I am going through a lot with my other page from people mass reporting me saying that my page is fake impersonation. And it is being investigated. So hopefully I get it back. But if not, y'all know your girl a soldier. I'm going to stand 10 toes down for what I believe and keep on pushing no matter what. I had a life before social media and I'm definitely going to have one after. The devil, God don't make no mistakes. You feel me? This just motivation for me. I'm about to come hard as I ever came. New content on every platform. Thank you, Patricia, for sharing, Lord, love, Patrice. Hey, Monica. It's all right, Tanya. God don't like ugly. God do not like ugly. You hear me? It's gonna be okay. Y'all make sure y'all drop some hearts for Kenda. We waiting on her to come in the building. She just told me wait 5 minutes, so she should be about to get on up in here. Thank you, Savoy. You right. I appreciate all y'all support, man. Y'all the best. Y'all the goats. You feel me? Not me, but y'all. Thank y'all for welcoming her. I'm waiting. I'm hoping she get on in here. She said 5 minutes, so it should be about that time. Thank y'all for the hearts, love. Thank you, Rewa. I appreciate that, love. I appreciate that.
What up? What up? What up?
Hey, Kenda, how you doing, love?
Hey, how you doing, Toy? I'm good.
I'm doing great, man. I'm glad to have you on here tonight. I was actually giving them a little rundown on how I met you and how you have became to be a good friend. And I met you off social media. I actually bonded with you a lot due to your domestic violence situation. I really admire how strong you are. I really admire your dedication to move forward, not only just for you, but for your children as well.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
And I mean, I just want to start it off by letting you know it's a lot of women listening and a lot of women that's, some may not agree with your story and some may, but we here for the truth tonight. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right.
So I just want to open my platform up. It's a good bit of people on here listening, and you may have other people tap in that want to ask you questions or whatever. But
Okay.
tonight, no matter what, we're gonna be respectful. If they have a question, I don't mind y'all hitting that link, but we are gonna be respectful. This is her story, and I am gonna allow her to tell it. So Kenda, if you want to start, if you can turn your TV down for me, baby.
You can hear my TV?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on. Give me a minute, because I'm in the bathroom with the door locked. Because these little children. Hold on. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm trying to find a little quiet.
Okay. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button that's in here. If y'all ain't already subscribed to my channel, please do that. And y'all make sure y'all share it live. It's free to support. I ask for donations, but if you ain't got it, hey, I do support. I really would appreciate the share and the like. Thank y'all for
Absolutely.
welcoming her. You
Thank
ready?
you all for being here. I hope that I can inspire and touch, anybody. I mean, that is going through this. I tell my story and I give my flowers to the ones that was not able to tell their story as well. And the ones that's still going through it and just feels like there's no way out. I share my story to let them know that, you can get out. Um, so I want to start out by saying basically, I grew up kind of sort of watching abuse. My mom experienced it when I was like 7 years old. I just remember things that happened that's going to always stay in my brain for the rest of my life. And so,
Kenda,
huh?
Kenda, I'm sorry, love. I don't mean to cut you off, but I do see that Roro asked, "How is your name spelled?" I think it's Kendra. Is it Kenda or Kendra?
It's Kenda. There's no R in it. My first
Okay, it's
name is
it's
actually
Kenda.
Wakenda. It's Wakenda.
And
But
if one of y'all can, in the comments, Kenda, tell them your cash app, and y'all can put her cash app down, and I'm gonna pin her cash app because I feel like she the one that deserves flowers, not me. You understand? So, shout out your cash app, Kendra, Kenda, so we can pin it, and then you can continue your story. I'm sorry to cut you off.
I just actually added it. I'm new to this, so y'all forgive me. But do you all see it?
I'm
But
not seeing it down below.
it's $ Kenda Kenda 35.
Open book, if you don't mind, can you drop that in the chat so I can pin it up top? Say that again. That's Kenda what
Mm-hmm.
35.
Yes, $ Kenda 35.
Okay, I got it. I'm gonna pin you in case somebody want to bless you. Now go ahead and continue with your story, love. I apologize for that. I just want to make sure I do this the right way because this is not about me. This is about people that's gone through domestic violence and some are still going through it. So
Right,
continue,
right.
love.
I actually think the K is capital. I don't know if that make a difference or not.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't make a difference.
Okay. All right. So, as I was saying, I grew up kind of like watching abuse. Um, I don't have a memory of my parents being together. By the time I was like 5, they was divorced. But I do remember like things that occurred with my father and my mom. It was like certain things that I do remember. And then by the time I was probably like 7, um, I was going back and forth between my grandmother and my mother's house. And so my grandma basically raised me in the church. She, basically tried to shelter me. She did shelter me and, protect me from all of that. But I still, when I went to my mother's house, I still had to watch a lot of that stuff that I feel like shaped me into the woman that I am today. I come off as aggressive. A lot of men have said that I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? I have insecurity issues, trust issues, all of that. All of that plays a part into the woman I am, and it also play a part into the type of men that you attract. Um, and so, just I had my son, my oldest son, at the age of 14. That's another thing, that I want to put out there. So I had to grow up fast, And so by the time I got probably like 28, I met my ex-husband. I will say this too. Let me just say this. In between the time that I had my oldest son and until I met my husband, I was also abusive towards men. It was times where, I'm saying, I started fights. I'm saying, I felt like I kind of like took my frustrations out on the men that I was dating because of what I seen my mother go through. Like I said, I always felt like I had to protect my mom. I always felt like, I was just a tough, aggressive type of female. But about 28 years old, I ended up meeting my ex-husband. The first night that we met, he told me I was going to be his wife. So during that time, I was still a little immature and childish. So, of course, that was like a turn on to me. Um, by the time 8 months into it, we was already married. Um, Then before I even married him, it was an incident where he ran me and my son, not my oldest son, but my second oldest son, off the road when he was about 7. That was the first time that I seen his abusive side. And so he ran us off the road. He bust my car window. He punched me. And, at that time, I was still having that mentality. Okay, you want to put your hands on me? I'm going to fight your ass back. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, I didn't know to what extreme mental issues that he had going on. So I just kind of felt like, this is just another situation, another relationship where, it was just kind of like normal to me. But then we ended up making up. I got back with him, and I'll say probably 2 weeks after we got married, um, I don't know, he just had like a manic bipolar episode. I ended up finding out that he was communicating with another female. So, of course, I confronted him about it. We got into an argument, and then he punched me in my face. And I was like, yo, you gonna really punch me in my face because you just got caught doing something? So, it started as that, and it just went on and on. By the time a month after we got married, I was pregnant. He used to choke me out when I was pregnant with his son. And I hid it from my family a lot. Like, I didn't let them know what I was going through because a lot of people felt like, okay, she done settled down. She's married now. She's doing good. And so I just didn't want to mess up the image where, people was thinking that, okay, she got it together now. So I ended up putting him into a mental hospital. Not, I called the police and the ambulance because he even threatened to kill himself. And so I was like, okay, this is something deeper. So I ended up calling them. They came, they took him to a mental hospital. And then it was just like, I felt like during those times I could save him, I could change him. I used to literally try to get him into therapy. I used to try to get him to take medication, all the while of myself going through depression, anxiety. I also take medication to this day for depression, anxiety. um, but I'm gonna fast forward a little bit until like the very huge incident. So it was a day where we all went swimming, and I kind of like noticed. I noticed, he was in one of those moods because he was the type of person where if he didn't have weed, um, like he was a whole nother person. I felt like I was married to two different people. Some days he was like the best husband in the world, and then it was days where he was like the fucking devil, like literally. He used to tell me, fuck God, and just a whole lot of stuff that I just endured during that marriage or whatever. But anyway, we went swimming that day. We got into some type of argument. I don't know what it was about. So I ended up leaving, going to my cousin's house, and I stayed at her house till like 4 o'clock that morning. And then it was like I woke my son up, and I was like, shit, I want to go back home and get in my bed. So on my way home, he ended up calling me, and he was like, "Where's my son?" And I said, "He's in the back seat. We on the way." I was like, "But can I please ask you one thing?" And he was like, "What's that?" I was like, "When I get there, can you please just sleep on the couch? Like, I just want to sleep in the room by myself." Because at this point, I was no longer in love with him, but I was still married. I, had my son at that point, but I was still just like there, like, okay, I'm still, I still love my husband, but at the same time, I'm not in love with him. Like the things that he done to me, it was like, it just fucked with my mental to the point where I didn't even want to, I just didn't want to be around him like that. And then I didn't know what personality I was going to get for that day. Like he literally used to, it was just a lot. But that particular morning, like I said, he ended up calling. He asked where his son was. And then I told him I was on my way home. I asked him could he sleep on the couch, and then he hung up. Then he called back, and he was like, "Whoever the nigga is you fucking, I'm gonna kill both of y'all." Mind you, throughout my whole marriage, I never cheated on my husband, ever, ever. There was never an issue. Like I had no reason to cheat on him. I loved him. The sex was great. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Like I was committed to being a wife. But he just had these things in his head where I don't know, like I don't know what triggered him, but he would just accuse me. He threatened my life on several occasions. But by the time I got home that morning, um, he shut me up in a room, and we got into it. We tussled a little bit, and like he punched me to the point where, um, like my tooth, my he fucked up my front teeth. Um, then like I took pictures of everything, and I can share some of that as well. But he punched me multiple times in my face, like you could literally see the punches where what I'm saying the knots was on my face. Um, and then I tried to get away from him. So at the time we was staying in a 3 bedroom like townhouse or whatever. So he ended up putting me in the middle room. He held me hostage in there. My two sons was outside of the room like crying. Then his sister was also there. And it was like she was just so used to it that she didn't even try to stop him from what he was doing until like it had got so bad to where she was like, okay, that's enough. And I'm like, that's enough. But he when I say he really traumatized me, he traumatized me to the point where I wanted to bust the window to get out of the room away from him. But then I was thinking like, okay, if I do that, you know, I got to get my kids. I don't know what he might do to them. So I just stayed into the room with him and just prayed. And it was like he knew I was praying. He was like, yeah, bitch, you better pray because you about to meet your maker. It was just like a lot of stuff that he did to me mentally, verbally, emotionally, of course, physically. But eventually he opened the door. Um, I ran. I got my two boys. I had no shoes on or nothing. I ran to my best friend's house um, to get help. And then by that time, he stole my car. He took off. Then he kept calling me back, asking that I call the police, blah, blah, blah. And so it was kind of like known to my family what he done to me at that point. He ended up telling the police that he didn't hit me, he didn't fight me, that me and his sister had got into a fight. It got so bad to the point where I ended up having to put a restraining order on him. Um, and then, in the process of all of that, I still wanted to be back with him. So we separated for a couple of months. I went back to him. He did the same thing again. I have pictures of that. Then he had CPS on me, because I didn't want to be with him no more. So he would tell them lies to, cause issues with me legally or whatever because I had the restraining order on him. Like it was a lot. And all I can say is I sometimes I didn't think that I was gonna make it out. Like I said, he used to choke me out when I was pregnant with his son. He threatened, he put a knife to me, like I had to realize, like, okay, if this man don't care anything about his life, he damn sure don't care anything about yours. And so I just had to keep telling myself that, keep telling myself. And as I was going through it, I went through the motions and I just started writing. And like I actually wrote a book. And in my book, I kind of like went fast. I didn't write a lot of, I didn't put everything in the book that I had been writing throughout the abuse, but I put enough in there to where you all can actually um, visualize what I went through or whatever. But as I stated, um, we ended up having kids together. We wasn't together. We separated. He ended up getting involved with somebody else, and then I ended up getting involved with somebody else. But at the same time, my heart was still with him. So it was like a back and forth thing. I always went back to him. Just kept going back, kept going back. And I had
So
my
Kenda,
daughter. Uh-huh.
so Kenda, if you could take anything away from this situation and give it to anybody else, what would you tell them not to do with going through domestic violence? Because I heard you say you was separated a couple times and went right back to him due to love. We all understand that as women.
Right.
So I mean, as far as giving advice to someone else that's going through it with your past experience, what's some things that you could tell them?
Um, I could tell them that first of all, you're not alone. Um, there's so many women that go through this and they don't tell anybody. But see if you can confine just somebody. Like I said, I wrote a lot to get those feelings out. I started going to counseling. I went to therapy a lot. Um, and you know, prayer. I prayed a lot, but I also had to do the work. Like I said, I went to therapy, and I had to be transparent. You got to just lay everything out and just tell them everything, even the things about yourself that you know wasn't pleasant. And I blame myself a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I just went through so much, and I just feel like if you're going through it, um, get help. Like, it's a way out. You
Would you
know.
say let love take you back, or would you say don't never go back? Like it's not worth it.
Well, statistics say that you're going to go back 7 times, usually before a woman um, actually leave. So really, I guess you have to lay it out. Like, what is the last straw? What is it about that man that what I'm saying, would be the last straw for you? For me, I used to see my children watching, looking over me in the casket.
Right.
So that kind of outweighed the love that I had for him. Of course, I'm like, I can't keep doing this. But the number one thing that was a done deal was when I had my daughter. I have 3 sons, and when I got pregnant with my daughter, I was like, okay, I got to do something different. I cannot allow my little girl to see this and think that it's right, to see this and think that no matter, even if this is your father, that, what I'm saying, a man is supposed to treat you this way if he love you. And so, I just, all of those things, like, you got to really, like I said, do the work. You got to see deep within yourself, what is it that drew you to that person? You know what I'm saying? It's some things about ourselves, not blaming yourself, but it's some things about within yourself that you got to work on to where you would never attract that type of man again. Okay? Get out, you know what I'm saying? But you have to do the work within yourself.
Right. Now, a peanut in the comments, she said at one point her family didn't know when they found out what was their reaction towards him.
So my cousin, my male cousin, he found out. That's actually the person that I ended up running to when I had that last big incident. And so it was just one of those situations where he kind of felt like, okay, I kind of figured this was going on. I don't want to put my hands on him or do something to him and you go right back. So that was kind of like what I was getting from a lot of my family members. Like, why are you allowing him to do you like this? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my whole life, I was looked at as, okay, this girl is tough. You know what I'm saying? She ain't going to take no shit off no man. So everything that I went through with my past relationships, I felt like I got it back with him. And um,
What
my
you
family,
saying, what are you saying, that you feel like that was karma in a sense?
yes, I did.
Oh, okay.
Like I
Hi,
said,
I'm another DV survivor. I didn't mean to interrupt you. And hi, Toya.
Hey Lisa, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. But I'm gonna let her finish her story because this y'all gonna be in tears. So I'm just gonna let her speak first because it's
Okay.
very important that we talk about this.
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
And my
Um,
prayers to the lady right here. Go ahead, ma'am.
yes, ma'am. So, um, I just felt like, my family didn't defend me. I don't know. I guess they looked at it like, well, she gonna keep going back, so why am I gonna do this? So I really had a huge resentment towards my father and my brother. Um, because number one, he used to brag, oh, they ain't gonna do shit to me. I ain't worried about them. But then I had like two relatives that he used to always bring up. So I'm like, okay, these must be the two people that he's intimidated by. You know what I'm saying? But that's just like my daughter. My daughter was the thing that, I was like, I got to get out of this. And then the final straw, because we were still kind of like roommates. We weren't together, but we was co-parenting in the same household. So
So
the last straw was he was driving my car to um, a job that was literally like 5 minutes from my home. And so I don't know. I was in a depression. All I did was sleep. He used to get mad at me because I wanted to sleep all the time. Like I said, I used to take medication, so I used to just be out of it. And then I got addicted to pills. Um, that's a whole nother thing. But what was the last straw was actually when I woke up one day. I don't know what it was. It was just like God spoke to me and said, "Get your car. He's using you. Like, get your car." So I ended up calling him and I was like, on his lunch break, I was like, so what time you getting off today? And he told me. I was like, okay. I said, well, when you get off today, I said, I'm gonna get my car back and I'll take you back and forth to work until you can get your car. So he was like, well, you said that you was gonna let me buy the car from you, blah, 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 blah. I was like, well, I changed my mind. And so I ended up, he was like, you know what, bitch, come get the car. So, like I said, it was 5 minutes up the road. So I ended up getting one of my family members that also stayed in the building that I was there at the time to take me to his job. And so I got in the car. And as I got in the car, she was like on the right side of the car. And so she was like, don't pull off, don't pull off. And I'm like, what is she talking about? So I got out the car. He literally put razor blades under my tires. So that was it. It was like, okay, I'm trying to help you while you're continuing to tear me down. Like, okay, you know that I have your kids. So you would literally try to make me have a flat tire, probably to call him back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what his reasoning was for that. But that was it. That was it. Like, I just can't do this no more. And then the day that we actually got divorced, he was at my house. And, we kind of talked about it. I asked him how he felt about it. He was like, well, you already did the paperwork. So I guess, you done made your decision. And so, when I went to the hearing, I got my divorce. I came back home and I told him we're divorced. Um, so that's just like the real short version of what I went through. But I want to say that mental illness plays a major role. Um, like I say, you got to do the work. It's some inner work that you really have to do, because I hate to say trauma bonding, but if you're going through some things and you went through some things as your childhood, you tend to draw to another person that also went through those things. And so I just say, like I said, confine it to somebody that you can trust. Go to therapy, write down all of your feelings, um, and look to your children, because you got to think about it. Like, do you want to live? Do you really want to leave your children here? You want to choose a man over your children? Like, that's a burden that, you can control. I understand that it feels like you can't control it because the love be so strong. And in my situation, I felt like I could save him. I could change him. But you have to really start putting yourself and your children first. Like, okay, what if one day I don't wake up? What if one day he choked me out? What if one day, he punched you in your temple and you out? Like, what if one day he get a gun and shoot you? Like, you really have to think about the worst of what could happen.
And that's one part of a lot of women don't understand as you go back, you thinking things gonna change, you think you can make them better, you think that, oh, he ain't gonna do this, but they're like the weather. They like storm, rain. It can be
Mm-hmm.
cloudy outside, but inside it's raining. You understand? So you
Right.
have to like, it's like you playing the therapist, you're playing their mama, you're playing
Mm-hmm.
um
Yeah.
a grandma, you playing the auntie to them. You
Yep.
are really like, you know, it's like as learning over years that you can't change them. That's who they are. And if they come from a background of that, most
Mm-hmm.
of those men
Mm-hmm.
come from
Mm-hmm.
um domestic type of situations, and most of them come from families that are already dysfunctional, and
Yeah.
they believe in men putting their hands on women.
And now that you say that, at the time, because he's from Jersey, and I'm here
Okay.
in North Carolina. I don't care about nobody knowing that. But he didn't have no relatives when all of this was going
Mm,
on for like the first
yeah.
couple of years. And so I would actually try to talk to his mom about it. And his mom was like, been there, done that, get over it.
Cause
And to this,
she probably ain't have no, maybe that's what she went through, but as a mom with four sons, which I lost two, and I have a 27, 24-year-old sons, I always tell them, you in a relationship, if that woman put their hands on you, you got to take the high road and be like, you know what? That's not what I want to do. Because 9 times out of 10, they out here lying and make up stories. And then your child, your son, he's sitting in jail behind a lie. And this is what we've seen over a year. You know what I mean?
right.
So you got to love on you. You got
Mm-hmm.
to get that healing. And
Yeah.
I ain't say jump on another man, because that is not healing.
No, it's
Because
not.
whatever you just went through, either you gonna become abuser, or
Yeah.
you gonna get into another relationship just what you got out, and might be worse.
Yep.
Exactly.
That is
So
true.
I always encourage women. We all have to like right now. This is unity, and this is a beautiful thing that Toya, even though everything she has went through for a whole year, that
Mm-hmm.
this beautiful queen up there, and I don't
Right.
even want to get emotional, but this beautiful queen up here, you are a real deal. You the real
Thank
deal.
you so much.
And
I appreciate
you're
that.
just like me as somebody messing with my brother.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. You know what I mean? And I admire your strength. I
I
admire the
really
strength that your
appreciate that.
husband got your back, your front. You
Yes.
understand that? And
Yes,
you
Yes.
ma'am.
keep on doing what you're doing. But I'm a be up here, because we need to be talking about this.
Yes,
This
we
is
do.
this is real DV women, not no
Yes.
fake
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
fakeness. This
And
is
that's a
real.
question that I wanted to ask you guys on here, and that's even the chat as well. Like, what do y'all feel as far as the DV that we've seen go around for the last year of that story? What would y'all say are the main difference in the story that Kenda just told us that she has went through? Now, I know every domestic violence situation is definitely not the same,
Right.
Right.
but I just want to know, like, what are some of the key things that Kenda has said has taken place? Which, Lisa, I want to hear your story as well when Kenda finished. But
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know from just her story, what are some different things that we are seeing now in a
Mhm.
situation that we all know is fake?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I can say mental and verbal and emotional abuse is real. I will say that.
Yeah.
Words does hurt. They do. But at the same time, everybody get into an argument. You know what I'm saying? And you might say some things to hurt that person, but like I said earlier, you have to, you got to do the work within yourself, because at the same time, if you as a woman, you feel like it's okay to put your hands on a man because he's not supposed to hit you back. That's not right. It's not
Right.
right for you to call him names and expect him not to say things back to you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's just like you really have to work on yourself as a woman to know, okay, like I said, and like she said, if that relationship doesn't work and you don't work on yourself, you're going to attract the same type of man. You're gonna go through the same exact thing, the same thing.
Yeah.
I
And
Facts.
just
so,
feel like, well, I know I have been through domestic violence. Like me and my husband used to argue, fight, and all. Like I don't take that away. That's one of my stories. Like I'll tell anybody that because I feel like it's something they can work through. That's why I asked, how did y'all feel about going back to, someone that you feel like has hit you or done something to you? The only difference with me and my husband in our situation is, like Kenda said, I was an aggressor as well. Everybody can tell that I'm not a chump. Like I'm not taking
right,
nothing off men or women. Like
Right.
I have an anger problem as well. So we used to fight. I would hit him. He hit me back. I had to
right,
understand that's going to counseling. We
Right.
separated and went to counseling. I had to learn, like, you cannot just walk around hitting men, throwing stuff on men,
right.
doing none of that,
Yeah.
and
You
then just
can't.
feeling
Yeah.
like, oh, you're abusing me because you hit me back. No,
Right.
we learned that in high school. Keep all hands and feet and
Yeah.
objects to yourself.
So
That's
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
facts.
Now
Facts.
Yep.
Facts.
we all have emotions, we all go through things, but it's never
Mm-hmm.
acceptable to just put your hands on somebody. That's
It's
something
not.
Yeah.
men and women have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
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 And
And
Yep.
in my
that's what I.
situation, I feel like you can't. I feel like the difference in real DV and what's going on now is you don't find too many women that has actually went through domestic violence that's taunting their abuser, that's going after them
No.
constantly on like
Amen.
Mm-mm.
an everyday
Amen.
You
basis.
do not.
Amen.
You
I
do
have
not.
never saw that happen until now.
Mm-mm.
No.
So that's why, besides that being my brother and me knowing him and knowing he's a good guy, and I've never heard of him putting his hands on anybody in
Right.
life. So that's why it's just so
Right.
hard for me to believe. And
And
there's
that's
other
another thing.
reasons too, but we're not going to get into all of that. But I just
Yeah.
feel like
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of stuff that's just not adding up.
This what I
Mm-mm.
was gonna say too. I used to walk on eggshells, like during my
Oh yeah.
marriage, even after the divorce, because we have children. Like he haven't seen his kids now since last almost a year. Because I just can't deal with that dysfunction from him and his family. Like his family, literally, his mom tried to jump on me. His sister has slapped
Oh,
me.
they got issues.
Yeah.
They got
So, but
issues.
I say all of that to say, you don't you don't want to do anything to trigger your abuser. You're not gonna say anything or do
Mm-mm.
anything that you know is gonna make him angry to hit you.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That you're just not gonna do that. So
Mm-hmm.
all of this stuff that's been going on, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe is real because in my situation, I definitely would not be saying anything that I know he could possibly get mad and pull up on me. You know what I'm saying? And do something to me or my kids. No, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna do that.
Right.
So I just don't,
Yeah. It's
I
just
just
it was
don't.
just a lot of red flags that I seen that made me question that whole scenario because first you're not going to be on the phone. Number one, they ain't even gonna allow you to even call the popo. You already know that.
Right.
Or black man.
Yeah.
Um, you're not going to walk so easily by him down the steps when your father's down the steps. Where they do that? At? Okay, that's another
Mm-hmm.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the one that got me is she wants somebody to adopt your children. Girl, you crazy, and it's sad. But but he put hands on you. Oh, okay, okay, okay. We'll
Mm-hmm.
come back. We'll revisit that. But right now, you're full of lies. You're full of you know what BS. And I would as a grown 56-year-old woman, there is no way I could take advice from a little girl like that because that's a little girl because
Mm-hmm.
she lied about DV and she could have had this could have went a different way. And as our black men are out here are being wrongfully
Right.
convicted for stuff, this
Right.
could have came this could have turned a different way. And that's what really made me so upset with her about DB. And I was like, yo,
Well,
this is
number
crazy.
one, he don't have any charges against
None,
him
none.
for um simple
Right.
assault towards a woman. You know what I'm saying? He don't have those.
Nothing.
So
Zero.
obviously, if the police does not feel that he's um abusive or he's putting your life in danger, then
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lie somewhere because it
All
should be some
lies.
type of trace. It should be
Right,
some
right,
type of
right.
trace. Like with my
And
ex-husband, he
mhm.
had he had one a simple assault on a female charge. I ignored it. You ignore red
That was a
flags.
red flag.
Yeah, you
Right.
ignore red flags in the beginning because
Mhm.
you just so infatuated. You love this person so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Mhm.
yeah, I,
Yeah.
it's a lot I can
Cause
say about that
yeah.
situation. But yeah, if
It's
he don't
it's
have the police, he have no history, no
mhm.
history at all of being abusive. And then this is another thing too. My ex husband, he wouldn't even recording him. He gonna snatch my phone from me to
Right.
make sure that I'm not calling nobody, to make sure
Right.
I'm not calling the police. Like, like
But
a real
right.
abuser,
They
you're not even gonna have the
mhm.
opportunity to record anything.
And they so bold, they will tell you to call the police, but you don't know by the time the police get there what shape you gonna be or if you gonna be here to tell. You
Right.
understand?
That's
So this
right.
DV mess is real serious, and she out playing with that. That's what
Hmm.
really bothered me. That really bothered me
Yeah.
because I
And I
really went
honestly
through some
feel
shit.
bad for the women that actually believe her, support her, cry for
Oh
her,
my
and all
god,
for this situation because those women has actually went through abuse. Like I
Yep.
honestly believe
that
those women
part.
has actually went through
Yep.
domestic violence. That's
They
why they
have.
so headstrong and
Yep.
heartbroken behind this.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
it's not right
yeah,
that she's playing off their
yeah.
intelligence. Like that's not good at all.
Mm-mm.
It's
I
not.
can't never be on somebody bandwagon like that. That if you went through the, how you gonna be on the opposite side? Yo, it just don't make no damn sense. Like the
Yeah.
elevator just don't reach. I just don't understand. Like I really can't get on board with people like that. This is real
Yeah.
Right.
DV
Yep.
women going through stuff, and
Yep.
this ain't no joke because it really happened. And like I'm gonna wait till she finish her story so I can tell you what happened with me.
Oh well,
You know?
Kenda, you
I'm
want to go
almost.
ahead and
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
I'm not rushing you though, love.
No,
Mm-mm.
no, I understand.
No.
But as I stated, I'm divorced now. I've been divorced since 2020. We have two children together. Um, when my daughter was born, she's 4 now. We was in the process of, separated, co-parenting, still had to deal with each other. Um, But like I said, his family, they used to attack me. And it got to the point where I did call them dysfunctional. And so, I guess that was a trigger. He would go back and tell his family stuff. But then at the same time, he would tell me, call his mama bitches to me. So
Oh
I'm
wow.
like, okay, it's all making
So,
sense now. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have a level of respect for your mom.
hmm.
It's like one day
Another
y'all are
red
good.
flag.
Yeah, yep.
Another red
One
flag.
day y'all are good, then the next day you're not. And then like she literally pulled up on me. My baby was 3 days old. 3 days old. And they tried to fight me.
Oh my gosh, she would have been in
And I'm gonna
jail.
tell you why. Listen to this right here. They tried to fight me because I had invited all of my family and my friends to my house because I had just had my baby. So of course they wanted to see my baby or whatever. Okay, earlier that day, it was like it was on Father's Day. Earlier that day, I told him to take his son with him. He didn't want to take my son. And so that turned into an argument. And then it was like, well, um, you want me to take my son? Why I can't take my daughter? And it was just like they felt like my daughter was not his child, all of that stuff.
Oh
But anyway,
man.
so that happened earlier that day, an argument. I'm the type of person, even if we have an argument, it's just an argument. I'm not going to sit there and tell my family members what's going on between me and my husband. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So they knew nothing about that argument. So the mom is already pissed off because I end up saying, okay, y'all dysfunctional. And I guess, she got mad about that. She drove to my house. By the time I got there, she was in my yard or whatever. So all of my
Oh
family members are pulling up. So in their mind, my family is pulling up to fight. They don't even know what's going on.
wow.
Yeah. So I
Mm,
went
mm,
through this
mm.
like ongoing to the point where, you know, just last year, I just, started to feel like I can't trust neither one of my kids going over there with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't trust it. So it's not that I'm trying to keep my kids away, but at the same time I gotta protect them. And then it was like you will only keep them when you want to. You would get your mother to tell me lies why she couldn't. Like my children don't even have a relationship with their grandmother. You know what I'm saying? That right there, it just
Yeah.
bothers me because you know what I'm saying. He's
Because the
doomed, and
kids are innocent. They don't
yeah,
have nothing to do with
they're
that.
innocent. And then check this out: he's married again now, and guess
Oh,
what? Guess what?
hmm. Doing the same thing.
He done been to jail. He done been to jail for putting his hands on this wife.
Oh man.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't get better.
they're going through a divorce now. And he's with a whole nother woman.
Damn.
And raw truth uncut. I see you in the comments, love. I'll definitely be praying for your strength. Even if you don't tell your story, keep your head up, love. It's never your fault. You are never the problem. Please understand that.
Yes, that's right.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
right.
Agreed.
You go ahead, Kenda. I wasn't trying to cut you off.
No, I was reading what she said. I give it to myself and I was told.
There's some beautiful ladies in this panel. They all over, and they
Yeah,
genuinely show love and concern, and that's what
absolutely.
unity is about. That's what we
Yeah.
always need. Hmm.
But, just wrapping up my story, um, it's kind of hard when you have kids with an abuser.
Hmm.
And so because you're out of the relationship, but then you also have to learn how to co-parent with this person that has a mental issue and comes from dysfunction. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Can I ask you a question?
yes,
Like
ma'am.
now that you're co-parent, um, is it that you have to take your kids to the precinct or something? How is the co-parent situation working out? Do you feel safe? You know?
Um, at first, no, I did not, but
Okay.
we ended up getting my aunt to be the middle person.
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay,
yeah,
okay.
so we navigated with my aunt, but it's to the point now where my aunt don't want to have anything to do with it. Like, and he lies so bad, like he's a compulsive liar. So, yeah,
Oh,
she don't even want to be a part of it. Like I said, he haven't seen his kids since last November, I believe it was, and that's because he ended up marrying the new chick, and he pushed his kids to the side. I haven't gotten any help financially from him. He cashed out me $2 back in
oh,
yeah, back in May to tell me to call him, and I didn't. So he ended up calling me, and I ain't have nothing to say to him because it's like until you get
right.
your mental capacity, until you start acting like an adult, like you still have issues that you're not even acknowledging. You going through the same, it's a cycle. Like I said,
Yeah.
if you don't work on
Hmm.
yourself, it's gonna continue to happen with
Yes.
man or woman.
Yep. He has a pattern of that because he
Yep,
haven't dealt with it,
yep.
and that's what. And it's sad that more women are gonna be hurt
Hmm.
because he ain't got himself together.
And when he first married, me and his wife, we never had a conversation, but I messaged her one time to try to get in contact with him. And
Hmm.
I told her, I said, I feel so sorry for you. I do. Because you have no idea what you're going through, but I'll be praying for you. And
Yeah, that was
so,
beautiful that you did that.
yeah, she never responded back, but I'm pretty sure to this day she remembers that, you
Right,
know?
right.
And so
Hmm.
it's just now where it's out of sight, out of mind. I don't deal with them. My life is less toxic. I don't go through a lot of depression. He was suicidal, so I became suicidal. I didn't want to live anymore. Like I said, depression. I got addicted to pills, um, Xanax, and Percocet. Like I literally used to try to numb out my pain, because I just felt like how am I gonna do this? Like, how am I gonna co-parent with this man? I'm in fucking hell. Like,
Right.
even after I got, out of the marriage, it's like you still gotta deal with this person because of the kids. And so right
Mhm.
now, I'm just like done with them. I'm done. I'm struggling. I make ends meet. You know what I'm saying? But it's about to be wintertime. My children need clothes now for the winter. They're growing. He know that. You know my cash app. You knew it enough to send me $2 telling me to call. So even if we're not speaking, why wouldn't you send me money just for your kids? What, you
Right.
think that I'm gonna use it on pills? I'm not on pills anymore, thank God, because I went to rehab. Thank God, I did.
Amen.
I got tired
Amen.
of it, you know. Like I said, I look to my kids. I look to my
Mhm.
kids, and like my addiction was bad. It was bad. It was taking my money. Um, it was causing more depression. So like I said, I started to do the inner work. You have to do the inner work. You got to work on
Yeah.
yourself. Even if you're single, you're married, if you're going through abuse, you got to do the inner work within yourself, not blame yourself, but you got
Right.
to wonder, what is it about me that attracted this person?
Mhm. You
Start
got to
there.
get to a peaceful place
hmm
in your life where
You got to
no
love
family
yourself.
exists. No, not, no, let me back that up. Some family do exist, but there's some family members that you have to just keep your energy away. You have to protect
Yeah,
your peace
yeah.
at all costs. Friends, foe, whoever it is, if they're not bringing no good love, intention, and good prosperity in your life,
hmm
they don't exist anymore. So it's about you and them beautiful angels that you brought in this world. And that's where
Absolutely.
it
And
is.
so I just want to, I'm going to still be here on the panel, but I'm just going to end this by basically saying, if there's anyone on this live that is going through it, my inbox is always open. You can find me on Facebook, Kenda Arrington. Um, I also have a book that is called Breaking My Silence. It is on Amazon, but I have copies. So if you message me, I can get them shipped out to you. They're not expensive at all. They're only $10. And so I just want to be able to encourage, empower, and help another woman, you know? And so, like I said, if you're going through this, even if you out of it and you just need somebody to talk to, my inbox is open.
God bless
Thank
you.
you so much, Kenda, for coming through. And yeah, make sure you stay on the panel because you may have questions for Lisa as well. So,
Okay.
Lisa, we giving you the floor, my love.
All right. Let me go back. First of all, I want to thank everybody in the panel, especially you, Latoya, to giving me this option, this opportunity.
You're welcome.
Um, I had four sons. Two passed with muscular dystrophy, but at this time, I was with my third son's father, and I'm a New Yorker, so I always lived in New York all my life. But when we met, he was like, "Listen, let's start a brand new life. Let's go to Virginia." And I was like, "I don't know if I'm ready to move to Virginia, because all my peeps are here. So I'm not really have a connection down there. But this is what we do. We jump our own fate. We think, oh yeah, when we get down there, it's gonna be Gucci. Yeah, little did I know. As soon as I got there, I was 7 months pregnant with my third son, and because we only have one kid together, let me elaborate that. Um, so we get down there on this trip, like literally moving down there. He had brought his sister along with us to live. So I was like, "You think that's a good idea?" He said, "Why shouldn't it be? It's my sister." So okay. I said, "But once we get down, we gotta figure out how we gonna pay the bills, how everything gonna go right." But we get there, and Moved into a nice townhouse, was beautiful and everything. And I was a little skeptical with his sister because she's been known to steal. She's been known to, that's what she do. So this day, he found a job when he got there. And that's one thing I could say. He was good finding a job. Found a job. So it was literally me and her in the house. So on this particular day, I had put some money away. I put $100 bill in my pocketbook. So next day I wake up, I'm looking because once you go to a new state, you gotta sign up for PA, food stamps, and whatever. Okay, that's life. We all did
Right.
that. You know what I'm saying? So we get there, get settled in, or whatever. So she didn't quite have anything set up, but this day, the next day, I get up, I'm like, damn, you know how you put something there and then it's like, where's my money at? And I only had $100 bill in my wallet. So I said to her, I said, listen, I had some money in my wallet. I said, not that I'm accusing you, but you see what I just told y'all, she always been known to be a thief, but I didn't just want to directly say you did that. You understand? So she's like, well, I ain't take your money. Why would I take your money? Then it's, with all of that. So it already made me think that she did. So I just left it alone. He comes home from work. She said, well, your girl here or your baby father, I mean, your baby mother, you need to talk to her because she's accusing me of taking her money. So I said, well, it was there and now it's not there. And we were the only two in the house. So I'm just saying. So he was like, oh, so what you calling my sister a thief? I said, yeah. Before I could say yeah, the nigga popped me in my eye. So now I'm 7 months. So I'm holding my face and I'm like in shock. Like, did this nigga just hit me in my eye? I said, no, no, no. What are you doing? So I calmed down. I try to, now I'm in shock. He said, don't you ever fucking say my sister did this and that and that. And he just, he was like, so he punched me in my eye, basically. So in the midst of that, I'm cooking food. I'm getting the chicken prepared, whatever. I was doing this before he got here, got home. There, I put grease in a pot, and a pan was on the stove. He was like, "You gonna be in here fucking accusing people? What if I take that grease and pour that shit in your face?" So I'm like, alarm. So there's a red flag that he's really gonna do what he said he's gonna do. Thank God he didn't. And this is part of domestic violence where we play the part as we know they're wrong, but in our heads we gotta bring them down in a sense. And I'm talking myself out of an ass whooping. You understand? And that really, I was like, oh my God, this nigga is crazy. The whole night he kept me up from 11. Well, he got at work at 7. I was up from 7 p.m. to almost 4 o'clock in the morning. And not only that, that was the first incident, the punch in the eye. The second day, now this is the other one. This was even worse. I'm standing by the window because I lived on the first floor in the townhouse. And I'm standing by the window, big stomach out and everything. And he was trying to ask me something. And I'm like, listen, I don't want to argue because look what we went through last night, and now you want to like, it's like you on the roll, and then I was standing by the window. I lost my balance because he pushed me, and when he pushed me, I fell out the window on the first floor. When I fell out the window, the glass cut my arm on the left side. I had 50 something stitches in my arm. Now, on top of that, when that happened, he goes around outside the window, pick me up, bring me back in, took a sock and wrapped my arm up. And all this blood is dripping out of my arm. And he would not let me go to the hospital. And I'm 7 months pregnant. I'm like, so I'm sitting in the house. I said, you know what? I made neighbors. I met a neighbor that was upstairs, and you know how you want to tell people something, but you really don't. But I wound up making friends with her and let them know what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Her husband was a retired sheriff, and a lady lived upstairs. So after that incident, I just got up the next morning when he went to work, and this is another thing he used to do. He used to take my pocketbook everywhere he went, take my whole entire pocketbook to work. So
Mm-hmm.
I could not use my ID to get out the house or nothing. You know, you need ID.
Wow.
So um the that day after that, I got up in the morning, I ran upstairs as he went to work. I knocked on the neighbor door. They was like, "What you need?" I said, "I need help because I'm a 9-year-old son and look at my arm. And it's raining, 7 months pregnant. I got glasses on." So he said, "Listen, you're gonna have to get to the hospital." The neighbors took me to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, a prenatal care, the lady pulled my glasses off and she saw my eye was purple and black. And I'm caramel complexion. So you can literally see it. She said, "Listen, I know this is in Virginia and we do different things different down here, and we will take your son. So you're gonna have to make a decision what you want to do." And
Mm-hmm.
you know, in your head, you like, no, you thinking, I want the body to take my son. But
Right.
then I'm like, okay, let me get this together. And I don't know, whatever strength I had,
Mm-hmm.
I got it. And I finally called the police. And you remember them some big cops down south. They don't play. They came, they gave him an ass whooping on his life. And I was kind of happy because I was like, finally he can feel what it feels to be getting beat up all the time.
Right. Right.
So he got his ass whipped. And then after that, they expedited him out of Virginia. He could never go in Virginia or he'd be locked up on site.
Mm.
So they expedited him back. He's originally from New York. They extradited him back to New York. I stayed maybe another month before I had to go back because all my family's up there. Ain't nobody in Virginia with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, I I, I got the strength, and I was like, yeah. And then when his own mother told me, listen, you better leave him alone or you're going to be in a body bag. So
Mm.
you better make a decision what you want to do. His
Right.
own mammy. And then, just like I said, in light of this, his whole family, they all dysfunction. They all believe that women should be getting their ass whipped on regular.
Yeah.
So
It's
to this
normal.
day,
It's
my son
normal
is
to them.
27 years old and he don't deal with none of them. And not I don't really call this is calm in the sense he passed away last year. And the thing is,
Who passed
he
away?
the father, my son's father,
Okay.
he has succumbed to a disease called sederma, which is a joint muscle lock kind of disease, and he passed away. And before that, he had other kids with other women. We all became very close, other baby mothers, and we all unite and we all make because he was trying to keep all the kids separate too.
Mm-hmm.
But thank God my son has two beautiful sisters. They talk on a regular. One of his sisters lived 2 blocks away from me, and the other one, she's in Virginia. So out of all of this, a unity evolved between all the baby mothers because they went through worse than I went through.
Wow.
You know, the first one went through it. The second one, she was with him. No, the last one was almost 20 years, and she just came out of that relationship after 20 years. And this nigga beat her down. I mean, I don't excuse no domestic violence because he beat on all of us, and he never got help for that.
Mm.
Never got help. But he can't harm nobody because he's resting in peace right now.
Right.
You know, so
I was
yeah.
gonna say this too, Sawyer. You asked the question, and I don't think we really answered it. You said, "What about the women that you know has went through this and they're trying to work it out with their husband. Um, I feel like if you get the help, if you go to therapy, you figure out what the root is. Like, why am I angry? Um, I
Yeah.
believe that, if the work is done, then you can save your marriage.
Right. Well, it was more of our when we went to counseling, we had to speak on what is the issue. We had to locate the issue, figure
Right.
out something to solve it.
Yeah.
And if you can't solve it, leave peacefully. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
hmm And some, like I said, some marriages can be saved, and some of them, it just,
Mhm.
you have to accept it. Like,
Mhm.
Exactly. And with my husband, he'll even tell you he just realized that he didn't want to live life without me and his family. And OB is a good guy. I wasn't just gonna my intentions was to leave, but I felt
hmm
like it was worth fighting for, and I don't
Yeah.
regret it whatsoever. But I'm not going to encourage somebody to stay in a relationship
Mhm.
where they're being abused. I feel
right.
like my situation was totally different because I wasn't walking around with big black eyes, and
Yeah.
it wasn't like that. It was fighting and
Mhm.
arguing stuff like
Right.
that. Now some
Right.
things you just can't get over.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
making excuses for anybody. Some people can't get
Mhm.
over the things that their abuser has done to them. If
Yeah.
it's so bad, but at the end
Mhm.
of the day, I feel like any woman, any man, if you are being abused, get out as soon as possible because you
Oh
never
yeah.
know when your
Yeah.
last day gonna be here.
That's
Right.
right. That's
And then
right.
it's if they don't put in the work on trying to get help,
hmm
that's a dead issue. They don't want to do it, so that's not something you push. And a lot of us go back because we thinking this. Oh God, they love it. They ain't love. Love ain't supposed to hurt. Love is not
Right.
supposed to put bruises on you. Love is not
Yep.
supposed to put black eyes on you. Love is not supposed to disrespect you.
Yep.
Love is not supposed to involve other people in in what's going on. So when I look at that, outweighs the good, the bad outweighs the good, then there's no hope. But like I said, I never tell anybody the same thing. You have some women that's so bitter that they'll look at it. Oh well, she no, well, look at her relationship. No, if it's meant to work, it's gonna work. Whether you're in a relationship or marriage, two
Right.
Right.
people have to work at it. It
That's
can't
right.
take one person because it takes two to start an argument, to fight.
Yep.
So you have to work out what
The
are we doing
issue.
here? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What's gonna grow our family?
Right.
And then number one, we got to worry about how our children feel with a situation like that.
Yes.
Because if
Yes.
we ignore our kids, we not good.
That's right.
And they number one, because they have to see what we go through. But if they see
hmm
daddy loving and they
Right.
see mommy loving,
Yeah.
but if they see mommy and daddy always fighting, these kids are hurt by that. And we
hmm
got to
And you find a
stop.
lot of little girls that see it and they feel like it's
Yes.
normal and they grow up and they have the same
Yeah.
type of relationship because
Yes.
Exactly.
their mother
Yes.
didn't walk away.
That's right.
Yes.
That's
And
right.
that's
Yes.
what I had to learn. Like I took a lot from the bad that I went through in my marriage and put it towards the good. Because like I
Yes.
said, in my situation, the good did outweigh the bad. But I feel like at the end of the day, you have to protect your kids and
hmm
yourself at all times. So sometimes just because you
Yes.
love somebody, it's still best to take off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was
Yeah,
gonna
you have
ask,
to.
is there a way to like share? You can't share pictures up here, can you?
I don't think so because I'm not on a laptop. I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can post them in the chat or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But I've seen
Yeah.
your pictures. I actually seen them on your page. Y'all, Kenda does has pictures on her page from her domestic violence relationship. So if y'all want to check them out, y'all definitely need to tap into Kenda Arrington on Facebook and go check
And
those out. But
yeah.
Lisa, you can go ahead and finish your story, love.
And that's what I have learned that watching this story unfold with DV, and it's like fake DV, and it's like, you know people shouldn't have a platform to display negative
Right.
lying about DV, because I feel like even with a statue of DV, that should be no platform for people to have behavior like that. It's
Right.
just so sad that the world we living in is like, I don't get it. I don't get it. You
It's
know,
just
I
crazy
don't
because
get.
you got young African American men
Yes.
that's actually trying to make something of themselves. Like you got so many of our black men in jail for something they didn't do, and
Amen.
some are for things that they did do. But the majority, like I said, with the DV stuff, you have a woman every day to get mad because a man don't want them or because a man done did something they didn't
Yeah.
like, and they holler,
Yeah.
"Oh, he beat me," and have them incarcerated for the rest of their life, or
Hmm.
make up lies and call the police and then have police come and shoot an innocent black man. I mean, especially in
Amen.
certain places, you know, the
Yes.
police love to target African Americans. So I
Of
feel like
course.
that's another big issue with this situation. Like
Hmm.
that should not have
Hmm.
taken place, and something really needs to be done. So moving forward, when a woman holler that she has been beat or she has been abused, she can get the right help. Like it's
Hmm.
not hate groups being made, people trying to tear people down.
Right.
It's actually people going to counseling, people
Hmm.
going to speak with somebody to get over their traumas,
Yeah.
not to group up with other
Hmm.
women to make, things worse than what they really are. Like it's a lot of stuff that I really want
Hmm.
to touch on tonight, but I'm really not, because y'all know once I get started, it's hard to stop me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
I,
keep it on domestic violence, but
yeah.
at the same
Because
time, I just feel like it's a lot that needs to
I
be
just
said.
can I
It
say just
revolves
one
around
thing.
domestic violence.
I just want to say one
yes.
thing, and then we can just move off of that. One thing that I did notice was in that video, well, after fast forward, everything has happened. The father is like, yeah, he was a witness to a lot of stuff that occurred in the household. One thing that I noticed out of that video was after the police got there, the
Hmm.
father didn't even know what was going on
Right.
because
That
the father
part.
and how I
Hmm.
know that is because he asked your brother, and your brother said she's calling the police stuff again. So how can you say that you witnessed it and you didn't even know what was going on, man?
Right. Lie, because he's a liar. That's why.
But that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I just that's why I said, you know, I, I just don't like mean spirit people. I don't like if your energy, your aura. Listen, I'm the type I just can't do it. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want to do, but I have to protect my peace, and I don't care who it is. And that's how we need to be, you know, in life. Because the devil, he busy, and he busy every day of the week, every hour, every second, and is about destroying. But you know, basically, like we on this panel, this is real DB stuff, and I just encourage any woman, you going through anything right now, right this second. If you feel like coming off this panel and breaking down and crying, it's okay because we got you.
That's
It's
right.
Because I
okay.
we extended hands right here, and this is a 56-year-old lady talking up here. So I have a little knowledge, and I'm
Hmm.
not gonna let no one should disrupt your mind thinking. You know what I mean? At
That's right.
no given point. Your
I really wish
story
Raw
is your
Truth Uncut
story.
would come up, but she said she wasn't really comfortable, and I want to respect her wishes. But anybody else in the chat that has went through DV, that has a story to tell or testimony, even if you want to give a little wisdom or encouragement to somebody
Hmm.
going through, the
Right.
link
Yes.
is in the chat, and you can jump up here at any time. Do y'all
Yeah.
guys see that link down there in the chat? I want to, if I need to re-put it, I will.
This is very important. And as we exited the month of October,
Hmm.
domestic violence still goes on. It don't
Right.
just stop in October. So
That's
we have
right.
to keep our women and our men that are really being abused. We got to give them solace and salute and strength and pray for them that they come out of this. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
all I say to that person, denounce yourself, get on your knees and ask God to remove all that you started. Remove, because He's the only one that can take the pain away. And that I feel when you're traumatized, you carry that weight everywhere you go. If you don't acknowledge the trauma, you
Kenda.
will always be next relationship.
Yes, ma'am.
Her last name is Arrington. I'm sorry, open book. I didn't want to cut Lisa off. Her last name is Kenda Arrington. Kenda, type it in the comments, your Facebook page, because I think they want to see your photos. I mean, I do want them to see that you're definitely a real DV survivor. I mean, it ain't too many women
Yes.
that would actually lie about going through DV, but in
Hmm.
2023, sometimes it has to be proven.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts.
Unfortunately.
I wish I could show my arm on the thing, but I don't lie.
Next
So
time I'll go live from my laptop. That way I'll be able to show the stuff that
yeah,
y'all want me to do. Show.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. And it's like I said, it's like listen, it's just a lot, and you just
Yes,
have to
indeed.
keep strong, and and I tell anybody, don't get in no relationship. Take some time out for you and
That's
your
right.
children. If you have children, take the time out with you and your kids. If it's just you, take the time out for yourself. Don't be trying to impress nobody, like let me move on to another relationship, because that
Mm-hmm.
still follows.
Yep.
And you need
Absolutely.
to when you at peace. Oh Lord, when you at peace, ain't nobody can touch you. Nobody.
Yep.
You
And when
you
you at peace,
smiling every day. You doing what you need to do to survive,
hmm
and that's in a good way. You're not out here stealing, hustling, and hurting people and telling lies and carrying forth and carrying on. No,
right.
when you at
And,
peace,
You have
it'll
to
show.
heal. You can't
yeah.
move
Yes, you gotta
forward
heal.
without healing.
And
You
another
gotta
thing
heal.
too, when you're truly at peace, you don't have no desire at all to speak upon that person's name. You have no desire to
Exactly.
try to um, talk about him or send things to people. Like when
Hmm.
you've healed with that situation and you've really dealt with it, it's done.
It's
Like,
done.
what do you have? Like,
Facts.
why are you trying to get back? Or you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It like no, you're not healed if you're still doing that stuff.
No, no. Mm-mm.
You're not.
Because the thing is, you're running to someone else, but you got
Mm-hmm.
the same energy.
Yep.
You still got the same
Exactly.
energy.
Exactly. And you
So
may
you
not
you
show
can
it.
mask it
Yeah,
as you think you
exactly.
are, but real healers like us,
That's what I was about
we
to
can
say.
we can see that. We can see right through you.
Yeah.
That's when you
That's
know
so
you
true.
at peace, because you can see a lot of BS and you just treat like
Mm-hmm.
really. Okay,
Right.
yeah, all right. You're not DV. You will never be. We will never understand it, and I don't think you should be lying about things like that. That's sad.
No. No.
Sad. And it's
That's
demeaning to other women.
it
There's
is.
women that. That's why I take the time. I look at true crimes. There's a lot of stories out here with women, what they went through, and some men. But they always put the women first. But there are some real men out here. But a lot of men, they don't say a lot because they feel like, no, I ain't gonna say no, because they probably gonna think I'm a punk or something like that. And that's
Mm-hmm.
the stereotype of a man that's really going through that. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't
Right.
wanna they don't want to like really say, well, this is really gone, because they have some guys that went in the precinct and the officers are laughing at them because they like, what? You being
Mm-hmm.
abused? It's like, so this is why a lot of men don't tell their story. You
And
know?
that's why it's not right. It's not right
Mm-mm.
to try to antagonize somebody or like a
No.
real DV survivor. I don't like to say victim. Um, you're not gonna tell your abuser to do something. You definitely
Right.
not gonna do that.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No, you're not gonna
You're
do that.
not gonna emasculate no man when you've been doing that. Listen. I was scared of my shadow. Y'all can. That's a little jokey right there. When you in DV, you scared of your shadow.
Hmm.
You scared. Your head is forward. You ain't turning around to look at nobody, peek at nobody. Listen, you not
Right?
doing none of that.
No, you're
You
not.
you walking down the street, you got to turn around a couple of times and make sure. Let me turn around and make sure nobody following me. Come on, you living like that. It's scary.
Yeah.
I was moved from shelter to shelter because he kept finding where I was.
Right.
That's real talk.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go under another name
Wow.
Besides my name, they had to give me another name because that's
Wow.
how bad it was.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's listen. Sometimes women we gotta go and hiding. They gotta change our whole scenery. They gotta change our kids' names, our kids' schools,
Right.
all that.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about 30 years ago, when that was like that. I had to get my kids. And then it's a lot because you're dealing with it. And then you just know the emotion that you're going through. Look at the emotion that your kids are going through. And let me just state this to y'all. This is real shit. One day, I don't know, in New York, there is a place called the EAU, which is in the Bronx, which is an intake center for homeless people, um, domestic violence, everything. And at that time, back in that time, it had an area where you go to medical clearance, whether they ask you what you're there for with your kids or whatever. At that time, we had to sleep on the floor with bedding with your kids and all that. Go to medical clearance, they got food, get them to transitional schools, all of that.
Right.
So I remember this day, and this is when I had my son. I just had him because after I came from Virginia, I went back to New York. So I had him and I had to go on the shelter because, fortunately, like I told you, he was already here. So they had to place me. Now, back then, security wasn't kind of tight. And I will never really get this image on my head. I'm sitting down in a chair holding my baby, and this Spanish girl's right next to me. And this guy came up, stood in front of her, and stabbed her right in front of me. And when he stabbed her, all the blood just squirted because they never checked to make sure for security reasons. They just, at that time, they just let anybody walk in there. And she was on her way to Albany, New York to be placed. But she made it, but they had to tackle him and arrest him. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? And that you know how many it took so long for me to get her blood stain off of me.
Wow.
That stayed in my mind for years. I
Right.
witnessed that. So when people out here over here playing with DV,
Right.
and she was a DV just like me, but you never thought that some man would be standing. And I'm wondering why is this man standing there? He stabbed her right there.
I want to say this too. Um, you also, when you get out, I don't want to make it sound like it's easy to get out because it's not. Like I said, I understand if you go out, go back multiple times. Sometimes it take going back multiple times until you finally reach that point.
Mhm.
But I will say this: if you've dealt with anything like I have, then you want to embrace the pain, feel it, feel all of it. Don't try to jump into a relationship and act like everything is all good and you done moved on. No, deal with
Mhm.
yourself, deal with your pain, um,
Yep.
and you have to live with those scars. Like for me, for instance, my ex-husband spit in my face before as well,
Oh, I had that
and
too. Hmm.
like I said, when he broke me down really bad, my front teeth is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I deal with being insecure and just
Yeah.
not really feeling pretty or beautiful because of that. So like I
Yeah.
said, it's not easy. It's not easy. Like you're gonna have flashbacks. You're gonna think about
Hmm.
it like, wow, how could he do me like this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you gotta
They will.
continue to push forward.
And a lot of them, I don't mean to a lot of them have narcissistic behavior.
Hmm.
A lot of them been controlling. A
Right.
lot of them come from families that they down with the program,
Hmm.
and none of them got any healing. you know.
That's
And
right.
back in the days, these guys are so, oh, you hit a woman, that's a cool thing to do. That's no, that's a punk shit to do. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But and I always noticed that they would beat on a woman, but they would not beat a man.
Right.
And I used to always say that, won't you let some guy beat you like you beat me? But like I said, I got my revenge back when them two officers whipped his ass. I felt it. I was like, ooh, about time. You know what I'm saying? At that time. But it's yeah. A lot, 9 times out of 10, they won't address another man.
That's
Mm-mm,
right. That's right. Like for
they
instance,
will not.
my ex-husband, like I said, his family is dysfunctional. And when I used to say that, I guess they looked at it as me being disrespectful or judging them. No, because I've come from some dysfunctional behavior in my family as well. So that's how I was able to identify it. But
Right, right.
it was to the point where, you know, he started to choose his family over me. He put his family before me. He wouldn't correct, his mom. Like it was literally, I it was me against his family. And so
Yeah.
he ended up back at his mother house or whatever. And one day, like I said, we were split. And I don't know if it was his mom or his sister, but somebody called me and was like, I don't want to say his name, but he's at the hospital. They had to rush him to the hospital because he fell. And I was like, fell? And so, when I got to the hospital, whatever, he has a bald head. And so his head was literally cut, like split from the top of his forehead to the back.
Oh
So once
wow.
I got to the hospital, I found out what the real deal was. His brother had did that to him.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
his brother had
oh.
really gotten a knife and did it to him, and and the reason why they got into an argument or an altercation was because my ex husband was trying to tell his brother not to jump on his baby mama. I'm like, are you
Oh
fucking serious?
boy. Wow.
Because that was his little brother. But I was
Right.
like, I was literally looking at him in awe, like, are you serious? Like, you're trying to
Yes.
defend your brother, baby mama, and the shit that you done did to me?
Right. Right. The honorary of that. Yeah.
Yes, like
Okay.
it just didn't
Yeah.
make sense to me at all. And so
Wow.
he was like, well, I guess you happy, you know, you happy because this happened. I was still there for him, y'all. We were separated, but I still rushed to that hospital. Like when I
Yeah.
said my loyalty was there with that man, he didn't
Hmm.
even deserve it.
No. Most of them don't. We are loyal. We so loyal that we keep putting up with the same old shit because we
Yeah,
so loyal. We do. And listen, that's why I said nobody can tell you it takes 20,000 times to step away. It really do. It's not no easy task.
it's not.
It's not. And you have to get that healing. That's number one. And you have to get that because that's the only way that can change patterns so you won't see. So I don't know. I guess I got this ESP thing. So when I see some energy coming, I'll be like, oh no, never
Mm-hmm.
talking shit. No, I can't
That's
do it.
right.
if
Yeah.
if if they even say, "Yo, how you doing?" But I got a situation. You got a what situation? Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone too because
Yeah,
it's
you
like,
don't ignore them red flags no
yes,
more.
no, I don't play.
Mm-hmm.
And I just came out of a relationship for 13 years, and I just said goodbye because of cheating, infidelity, and more stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I damn. So
Right.
God says, sit down, and you
Mm-hmm.
just be still, and that's where I'm at.
Yep.
I'm being still. That's
That's
it.
where I'm
That's
at
all.
now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I completely understand. But yeah, once again, you guys, if there's anybody out there that would like to reach out to me, talk, vent, whatever, hit me up. I'm a realist. What we talk about, it will stay between you and I. Um, and I just hold a a dear spot to any women that's going through this because with my mom, what I'm saying, I watched her go through this my whole life. My mother is still living, thank God, and she's still married. And I watched her be abused by multiple men. And the man that
Mm.
she's with now, they used to go through physical abuse, But I guess because they've gotten older, they don't fight anymore. But he's still
Right.
controlling. Like he don't even want my mother to come to my house.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, like he don't even want her to come to my house, and I'm like, that bothered me because for so long I felt like my mom used to put men before me, you
Mhm.
know. But then as time went on, and I, like I said, I dug deep within myself, like, I got to
Right.
deal with these issues of
Mhm.
not having my father there like I wanted him, like they was there financially. I was spoiled coming up. I ain't even gonna lie. I got anything that I wanted. But when it came down to that emotional, like just having my parents there, I didn't have it.
Yeah.
I had my grandmother taking me to church every Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the church, but to have your mother and your father, you know what I'm saying? And it just felt like, dang, y'all are here. Why you not here for me? And so I
Yeah.
started to have resentment and a grudge towards both of them for a long time. But I
Yeah,
dealt
because
like,
you're a child. You was a
yep,
child then, you know.
yeah.
So
But
you,
it still was
yeah.
in me as an adult. It still
Okay.
was in me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And
It follows. It follows.
mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm,
I got
until I
you.
dug deep, like I said, and I had to work those things out. I had to forgive them, you know,
Yeah.
because I had to put myself in their shoes. Okay, as a parent, you don't always have it right. You know,
No.
you have
No.
to figure it out as you go as well. You know what I'm saying? And then just situations of how you grow up and you know how people are now. Because I used to feel like, dang, my mama she just gave me up. She didn't want me. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with
Yeah.
that. But
Mhm.
as I got older, I started to realize, no, it wasn't that. It was just that I was bullied basically away from her. Like, at the same time, my father looked at it like, nah, she gonna be with my mama. She's safe and secure here. But it affected me at the same time. But
Yeah.
I've forgiven both of them, and I honor and respect both of them dearly to this day. Because a lot of people don't have
That
that
was a
marriage.
trauma for you. You know
Yes,
what I'm
it
saying? And
was.
that's the thing when you say when abuse starts and you see it as a child, it
Right.
trickles, it follows. So you
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to distinguish, is this love or what is this? You know what I
Yep.
mean? So
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
did the right thing, and God bless you. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you inspired me tonight because
Thank
you
you.
really
And you
did,
as
and
well.
you're a sweetheart, and God will work it out for us, all of us.
That's right.
Whether
Definitely.
we in a bad relationship, domestic violence, He'll work it out for us. That He's the man. He's the only one that can really do stuff. But we got to do our work as well, like you said.
Exactly.
Like we
Mm-hmm.
have to, you
And if there's
know.
anybody in the chat that want to come up and ask questions or whatever, y'all can hit that link as well. If there's anybody else that has went through DV or want to just inspire somebody or uplift somebody, hit that link. That link should be in the chat. If y'all don't see it, let me know. Y'all ladies, go ahead and continue. I'm listening.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
I
just
could
gotta
go on and
uplift.
on, but
Yeah.
like you said, that was that trauma. And I
Hmm.
also felt like I was chasing after love, you know what I'm saying? Because I never
Yeah.
really received it
Hmm.
properly. So
Hmm.
the guys that I was going for is like, I just want to be loved. Like, and
Right.
even to this day, like I said, I still struggle with issues when it come down to the opposite sex with men. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like where I'm
Hmm.
at now, it's like I done accepted the fact, okay, I might be single for the rest of my life now. And hey,
Yeah.
it is what it
Hmm.
is. I'm gonna do what I have to do for my children, period.
And God has a way of doing things when He wanted, when it should be done. And we don't question. We just sit down and look pretty. You know what I'm saying? Because there's somebody for everybody. But we need the right people, not the wrong ones. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because that mask comes off
Mhm. Mhm.
after a while. We don't need that. We need,
Right.
stability, loyalty, trust.
That's right.
I have older sons, so first of all, my sons ain't. They're gonna have to do a whole little file down, like my who is he, where he work at, what's his background, he got baby moms, what's his story, you know what I'm saying? But I passed that. I'm 56. They don't get to tell me what to do. But anyway, they my sons. So boys don't play about their mammies. So
That's
it
right.
happens, so, but, you know, mm-mm, I'm just at peace right now. I just thank God that He touched
Yes,
my heart and He got me out of that situation. I just thank Him every day because
yes,
I probably wouldn't be here to talk about it, you know.
But I would
yes,
like to tell everybody on here, even if you have went through DV and you get out, I mean, yeah, you do need to heal and focus on yourself and learn yourself and understand, learn what you really want out of life. But I would never say give up on love and just say you're gonna be by yourself, because there is somebody for everybody. And I,
That's right.
some
Hmm.
people gotta look at these men that's abusive or even a bad relationship in general. You gotta look at it as it was a season. They season came and it's time for them to go. Sometimes
right,
you
Amen,
have to
Toya.
life that's going to teach you a lesson. Some people might teach you something, some people might teach you how to do some things. But at the end
Right,
of the day, everybody that we come in contact with, everybody that we date, some people that we marry, it's just not meant to be always. There is a
right.
time that God expects you to part your way and take the blessing that He has gave you within. Sometimes you may not even see a blessing came from that person. Might
hmm,
Amen.
be in. But you
Amen.
sit back and realize,
Facts.
you know what? I went through a bad time in my life. It took me places I ain't never been. But guess what? So many lessons. Sometimes you
Hmm.
have to learn to treat your trials and tribulations as a stepping stone. Don't use
right,
it.
Amen.
Move
Yeah.
forward. Use it to step
Hmm.
up, to go forward in life, not to stand still. Use
right,
that
Right.
story to help the next person, because there's several
Hmm.
other people that's going through the same exact things y'all are going
Yep.
through, and they will never have that strength or motivation if you don't tell what God put let you go through. What
that's right,
You know what, Toya? Um, as a mother of four sons, and I lost two sons to muscular dystrophy. Um, at that time, it was just me and my boys raising them. PT, vocational therapy, speech therapy, and just loving on my children. And then when I found this man like 13 years ago, I said, okay, getting back out there again, and just turned around and just, I mean, it was good in the beginning. That mask came off, and then it was all this other stuff. And
hmm,
at that time, I was like, I ain't trying to get involved with nobody. I got to take care of my special needs children. This is
right,
a lot of work. Nobody really understands what that's about. And let me just deal with this until God, I guess, I thought God, I wouldn't never give up on him, but he just opened my heart again. And I really thought, I said, okay, now I can work with this around. But little
right,
do I know, he was just
right,
a demon in disguise. And
yes,
I thank God that he tapped on that shoulder and let me know what kind of person I was dealing with.
right,
And
right.
I'm so grateful that I still I still will say there's love for everybody. I ain't gonna give up.
You're right,
But right
but
now I'm chilling. You know.
yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It's like I'm not giving up on love, but like I said, when you come out of it, you do have to still deal with your scars. You
Right?
still have to
Yeah.
deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I'm not the type of woman that look at, okay, well, all men are the same because this happened. No, all
No.
men are not the same. You know,
Right.
and I've come across some really good men, but when you are not used to that, you know what I'm
You
saying? That can feel foreign to you. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not used
Yeah.
to that.
the same
So
Hmm.
last person did. That's why you have to heal and forgive, because you can't move on without it.
that's right.
Right. Facts.
You
That's
can
Yep.
right.
mask, you can mask it and
Hmm.
cover it up, put on Maybelline, put a band-aid,
Yeah.
but
I
baby,
know
it's
that's right.
gonna go.
Facts.
That's true. That's true.
And that energy. Woo, that's why I said I'm so grateful that God let me see. When I see energy, I'll be like, oh no, that ain't gonna work. Nope. And not that I'm scared. It's just that He's protecting me, and that's
That's
what I
right.
need.
Yeah.
Protect me, please. Says nope. That's how I feel right now.
That spirit of
I
discernment.
do hair. I do Timu commercials. I put hair on hats. I'm very gifted. You know what I'm saying? I do my little thing. But that keeps me at peace. And I buried two children. That's the hardest thing anybody can ever do. And I got better. I miss my kids dearly, but I see a lot. Like one of my sons, he's an advocate for children, does things for them every year. So I'm a he was an ambassador because he was one of the first child that was nominated,
Mm-hmm.
being someone with special needs, and he went to college. So I did something right. All
Wow.
my kids graduated from high school. The other one, he was going to be a veterinarian, but God had other plans for him. And like I said, anything that my kids like at Mount Sinai, they are part of the children um virtual, where they
Mm-hmm.
bring all the parents that lost children, and we all come together like a big family. So it's a lot of blessings out here that God has did for me. And over these years right now, I'm still doing that. And
Right.
I'm grateful.
Absolutely.
I'm
And
very grateful.
my heart goes out to you as well because I can't even imagine losing, you know, one of my children. So I commend you
It's a
for your
lot.
strength. You have a lot of strength.
So that's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
that's a pain that a
From
mother
that
can
to
never
that to
endure.
this, nah.
Losing
Mm-mm.
a child, I was always told your children's supposed to bury you. So
Yeah.
Amen.
yeah, that's a
Yes.
pain I can never
Yes.
forget. I would never be able to say I endure. I hope I could never say I endure, but I take my
Right.
hat
Right.
off to you for real.
Thank you
Right.
so much, Toya and Kenda. Thank you
Yes.
so much. And I tell people, like, people don't know, like I said, to all the content creators, especially you, Toya, as a sister, as
Yes,
a
ma'am.
big, little sister, big sister. That's what I'm gonna call you because you don't play. And your love for your beautiful children and your little son. I adore him. Tell my
Right.
little man. And
Yeah.
the strength. You know what I'm saying? So everybody has a story, but you lose kids, it ain't no joke, and I just thank God every day that I'm still here. He's giving me strength every day. One
Absolutely.
was passed in the summer and one is a Christmas baby. So there's even more emotional because the holidays are coming. And I
Right.
do a memorial every year for both of them, as strength, So listen, I can overcome any day. I've overcame so much in life that
Definitely.
right now I can talk about it. At one time I couldn't talk about it. One time I couldn't talk about DV. I kept everything inside, and I didn't want nobody, but just to have a panel like you had tonight, I knew God told me you need to get up there and tell your story. Tell your story.
Facts.
I've been on a few panels, but I thank God because that's a way of healing. That's part of
Yes.
healing too.
That's a part of
That you,
somebody else healing too.
yes,
Like you can
yes,
always use somebody else's journey to heal
yes,
your own self because,
yes,
like I said, it's
yes,
hard. Some people can't afford counseling, but you always
yep,
need to sit down and talk to somebody.
yes. And we got to
Just being
stop where people are like, oh, you telling people your business. How you tell your business
exactly.
is how you tell it. We're not bringing negative energy. We bringing real talk, real DV, real life shit that's out
That's
here.
right. That's right.
So nobody gets to tell our story but us. You
That
know what
is
I
right.
mean?
I just want to tell anybody on here that's going through DV, get out. And I want
Yep.
to let anybody that's been through it, that's scared to move forward, I want to let y'all know this your story ain't over. God saw fit to get
That's
you
right.
out.
That's right.
Just with that being said, don't let your testimony go untold. Don't let other victims
Mm-mm.
go without knowing what can happen and what will happen if you move forward with life. You can still be happy after being in a DV domestic violence
Yes.
relationship or marriage.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's only the end of
It's,
the world sometimes if you stay or let
Yeah.
it go on
yeah.
for too long. But I would definitely encourage everybody, keep y'all head up, stay prayed up, and
And
just
keep
try to
telling
move
people that's
forward,
gonna
man.
listen. Tell you,
Exactly.
go to
Definitely
your
don't stop
doctor's
telling your
office.
story.
Yes, tell your doctor what's going on. They can set you up to DB um classes and stuff. They can set you up with a survivors group.
That's
That's
Right.
very
There is
important,
outreach programs for that.
Yes, yes.
right.
Even when I was going through when I lost my other son with this and I crashed in the house. And when I say I crashed, it means like everything just was piled up on me. I'm like, how I'm gonna raise these two? How they gonna get through it with their brothers? And it was just so much. I went to the hospital And I told my doctor, and I sat on the floor and I bowed down. I cried and cried and cried. And
Mm.
she got me the grieving help that I needed. And I
Right.
thank God every day. So if you call a doctor, there's people out here. You know what I'm saying? You
That's
you,
right.
you got to keep telling your story. Link on to people like Kenda just told a story. You need to speak to her. I'm going to speak to her too. You know what I'm saying? I might have a bad day that I want to talk to her, even though it's been so long. So what?
Right.
That's another door to open, and we're gonna keep connected. And this is what we need. This is what DV is about:
That's
a
right.
connection.
That is right.
I don't know what homegirl was talking about, but
Just
this
to,
is
just to
real right
say
here.
this, I want to say, um, I really do not like the fact that it was thrown up multiple times about Toya and her sister losing their mother. That is something that really, really, you know, it's a different. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of other people that went through that, but that's something that makes me cling on to Toya because I can't even
Yeah.
imagine, you know what I'm saying, what type of pain that is to not, here I am complaining about my mom being alive and not being there, but I can't even imagine to not know what it feels like to not have a mom and then for somebody to throw that in your face.
Oh my God. I know. I wanted to come through the panel for Toya.
Do
I'm
you
like,
know?
really? We doing that?
And I
Yes.
heard that so many
Evil.
times from different people. Like that right there.
Whew.
Listen,
And I
Yeah.
and I and I honestly appreciate that, but and some people may not understand what I'm about to say, but just know y'all know I keep it real. I don't mind letting y'all know how I feel about certain situations. Some people may not feel how I feel. That's why God gave everybody their own mind and opinion.
right, right.
But with that situation, I mean, I've even told my friends growing up with them, like I've spent the night with homegirls,
Hmm.
and I've heard my friends get mad, disrespect their parents. I've always been that friend to tell them, look, you ain't gonna do that around me. I didn't
Right.
have a mother,
Amen.
you do. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I completely understand what you're saying, Kenda, but at the same time, like I feel more pain in my heart for you guys. Like a lot of people that has parents that has depended on their parents their whole life, that if they happen to leave, you don't know what you're gonna do because you haven't really been on your own. You've always had somebody to fall back on, always had somebody to have your back, talk to.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you're gonna lose more, and it's gonna hurt a person like that more than me. I was 2 years old when my mother died. Yeah, me
Yeah.
as a grown up, I've always wished for that loving bond of a mother. I feel like that's a bond that nobody can ever give you but your own mother. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
So
Right.
that's an empty space and a void that I'll have probably the rest of my life. Like my dad has been married to several other women, but no matter what, whether they
Hmm.
treat me good or bad, I still have that emptiness because I did not have a mother. I had to learn how to dress like a woman by myself, how to do my
Right.
hair by myself, how
Mm.
to act like a woman. My brother Robert helped
Yeah.
a lot as a kid growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, no,
Yeah.
women ain't supposed to do that. My
Right.
brother has even whooped me. That's a funny note when I was a kid. But at the
Robert.
same, yes, Robert did. He didn't play that. Like, he always used to stay on me. Like, women ain't supposed to do this. That's why I honor my siblings so much because Robert and
Yeah,
Kevin
you
has
do.
always been there. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
like I had three fathers instead of a
Right,
father and a
right,
mother.
right.
You feel me? But at the same
That's
time,
facts.
I just feel in my heart like a person who has depended on their mother or father their whole life. When they pass, most of them are lost because they never knew what it was to get out and get it on their own, or they never knew how life would be without their mother or father. Me, I didn't have
Right.
that issue because I never had it. So I just feel like with me, you can't miss what you never had.
Had
But just
right,
with me
right,
being
right.
grown, knowing what a
Mhm.
mother would do, what a relationship with a
Yeah.
mother would feel like, I still
Yeah.
urge for it. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Right.
But
Right.
it's when I look at that, I be like, that is the most disrespectful shit that you can talk about somebody not being here. And then this the big one. They don't even fucking know you, Toya. They don't
Right.
even know the truth. They don't even know Kevin. They don't even know your family. And
Right.
that would trouble me. Like, you so wrapped up in something that y'all don't even know about. But we are here as support. Y'all not supporters. Y'all mean, evil, demonic ass people.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's shameful.
It
Cause
is.
I can feel it. Somebody you talking about the dead. Are you serious right now? That's how I
Man,
said
y'all
when they
don't even
say
know how many inboxes I have got just with
right.
them talking about my mom and my daughter. And it pissed me off because y'all know in real life, if somebody say that, you're gonna have to see them on site.
Yeah.
But I had to put my feelings to the side on those situations because by me getting mad, I was hurting myself more than them. I can't see
Right.
these people. I can't pull
Right.
up on them. I
Right.
probably never meet them again in my life.
Right.
But just
Right.
by me being human, your kids is always going to be a weak spot, especially your parents if you've lost
Of
them. So
course.
they
Yeah.
Of
knew they knew
course.
what pressure points to hit with me as far as making me down and out. But I just feel like with me, I'm built totally different. Like, and I don't mean that in a negative way because there's a lot of women and men that has went through stuff, but all of the pain and stuff that I have endured as a kid growing up being a
Yeah.
female, and I
Mm.
have always kept my head high. I have always pressed forward no matter how bad I'm hurt
Yeah.
or
Right.
disappointed.
Yeah.
None of
Right.
that. I have always pressed forward. I have never let none of that stop me from doing absolutely nothing in life.
That's
So with
right.
Right.
that being said,
Right.
I feel like 100% God give his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers. You
Yeah.
might not
Hmm.
understand it while it's going on, while it's taking place, but at the end of the day, I feel like if once you go through it, you're gonna understand it was a message behind
Oh
that.
yeah.
All right.
So
Yeah.
with everything
Yeah.
that I went through with my kids, DSS being called, like that's the first time that has ever happened to me in my whole life. Ever since I had my child at the age of 21, I've never had
Right.
nobody call DSS on me. Everybody around me know I'm a great mother.
Yeah.
So with that being
Yeah.
said, it was more of my nerves. The reason why I was mad because I've heard so many other cases of children being taken out of the home and
Yeah.
they not being treated right. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
You're
saying?
you're human to feel that. Any real
Right.
mother would feel that.
That's right.
And you
So
ain't
that's
you
why
ain't wrong for feeling
it
that.
was a
I when
real
you cried, I cried
right.
because
And that
you
was a
really
real
broke
pressure moment.
down.
But I look back on it now and I honestly could say, man, it wasn't nothing but God that stopped me from doing a lot of things that went through my head.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
definitely wasn't nothing but God that kept me pushing forward. Like I sit back sometimes and just think about some of the things I've went through. And it's just like, man, I smile. Like
And
I'm not
thank
even
God you
mad.
had your brother Kevin
Right.
that that
I had my
intersect with
my
that.
brother and I had the strength that God gave me, man.
Yeah.
When I tell
Yes.
you, when
Yes.
you tap into your spirit and the strength that God blessed you with, man, it ain't nothing you
Ooh.
can't overcome.
That is
Nothing.
Right.
that is
Nobody can touch that.
Nothing. No matter how much they try to take it away or nothing. That's just like with my page being under review. I feel like that wasn't nothing but to get me back on track. Like I've been focusing more on social media than my real life. Like I have a nursing career. I
right.
haven't even
Right.
been
Right.
doing that.
Right.
And I
Right.
feel like sometimes God will take it's a distraction. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
distraction, but it's gonna get you on track and make you better.
Yep.
That's
So
it.
with all
That's
of that being
all.
said, I feel 100% I'll have my page back. It's
Yeah.
because I am who I say I am. 100% Miss Authentic.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
Right.
Never
Right.
duplicated. Yeah, I gotta
Never
toot my own
duplicated.
horn a little
Mm-mm.
bit.
Yeah.
Toy
But
is a
yeah.
real deal. You don't play. I love that
I
about you.
love
You have
me and
that
I love
energy.
everybody that's for me. You feel me? Family
That's
and all.
right.
Yeah.
No
That's
matter
right.
what people say bad about me, one thing they can't say is Toya always been real and I've always rode for my loved ones all the way 10
Hmm.
toes.
Yeah.
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 When you as a messy woman and if you up here and you talk about people here where they live at this, I never seen that like this in my universe of all my 56 years of life living.
Right.
Yo, these people is really demonic and coating like bullshit, and it's sad, and they know the truth, but they rather deal with that. So
Yeah.
y'all
Right.
keep that energy over there,
And
cause
you have a
it's
lot of
nothing
people
over
like
there.
that in life, man. You got to understand.
Yes,
That's just like I'm gonna use for an example the easiest thing in the book, drugs. You got
Mm-hmm.
people that's addicted to drugs that will look you in your face, high as a kite, and tell you, I'm not addicted. I can stop right now if I want to.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Sometimes it's accountability. You got to look at yourself and say, okay, it's time to wake up. This is the problem.
Yeah.
This ain't
right,
right. And there's a lot of
right.
people that will never do that. They will never do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they feel like it's
Yeah.
easy to tell somebody else to do it, even though
Yeah.
they wouldn't do it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
They'll look you right in your face, high as a kite.
I can't imagine being with a man, you know what I'm saying, and he don't have a mom. And it's like you throw that in his face, man. Like that gotta
Oh
be
yeah, yeah,
heartless.
I
That's
know
yeah.
that's hurtful, and and I hate that it happened. I hate that it happened to a lot of people because trust me, our family ain't the only ones that go through stuff like that. But with my
Yeah.
family, I
I've
can
been through
say
some
like,
shit.
hey, when I tell y'all, me and my siblings done went through it. Like if we actually wrote a book together, a lot of y'all wouldn't even believe it because how strong we are. And
mhm,
that's one thing that I thank God for every day is strength. Cause
mhm,
baby, without it, man, I would have been lost. My
It
siblings would
make
have been
it's
lost.
just crazy to make up lies and shit. Just be your authentic self, and
yeah,
that's it. But a lot of them don't know about that, so they have to come up with more lies, and then they don't. Just like I said, they don't know nothing about y'all. They
mhm,
don't know y'all,
they
and
don't.
that's the creepy thing. Cringy, creepy, dysfunctional. As you know what? Where?
Mhm,
How do you get on a live or internet all day long talking about people that don't got nothing to do with you?
right,
Nothing.
right. And then because you defend yourself about what's being said and done to you, you're
Right.
that's not right. But Toya, I said you and Kevin and Robert, y'all need to write a book. I'm telling
Yeah,
Yes.
you.
you been telling me that.
Yes.
Yes, y'all need to
Yes.
write a book together. You do.
But
Hmm.
I want to ask everybody on here in the chat a question. As far as this DV domestic violence situation that has went on for almost a year, I just want to ask y'all, how many times have y'all heard my brother actually go off or do Miss Lionia the way that she does him?
Mm-mm.
He never did nothing dirty
No,
to her.
I'm gonna tell you what he did though. He take every single negative thing that's thrown at him, and he used that shit to let
He
you.
use it for content. And
Yes,
when he use it for
Yes.
content, they get mad and
they
say
get
he's
mad.
nitpicking with
Yes.
her.
Yep, they get mad.
Right.
But
But I said
he
that,
was somebody before she came along, and that's what people don't understand. He was already a built, beautiful black man, talented, sing his face off, content, everything. He was somebody.
Yeah.
And you
right.
gonna act like y'all don't know this person? Like, stop it.
But
She ain't
my
just
next question,
come
y'all, is how
on.
many women go through DV,
Hmm.
right?
Mhm.
But they go through DV, but they don't want to give the person that abused them a divorce.
That part. Yeah.
How many people do
Who do
that? Hey,
that?
I ain't never seen that before.
Nah,
I'll
nah.
be running to the nearest courtroom. Yeah, yeah, give me my divorce. Cause that's what you're supposed to be doing. But see, that's what I said. She's a liar. All that was made up. And
Mhm.
she just wanna use him, wanna use his money, and just call it what it is, girl. You're a user and you trying to look for a come up.
That's what
You
exactly.
know, you never gonna be a celebrity. That ain't gonna happen. Anybody pick you up, they don't want to, because all they gotta do is click and they see all your behavior. So where you gonna go at now? You
Yeah,
already did the most. And the sad thing when they say they calling him names and what he looked like, but your daughter looks everything like him, but she's just light.
that's right.
That's
That's
it.
true.
So
Mhm.
you got people talking about your daughter too, dummy. Like,
That's
make it
true. But
make
one thing
sense.
about us, our genes is very strong.
Yeah,
Yes.
they are.
Robert looked like he took some spit on his hand and just slapped it on her forehead.
Right.
Straight like that. So I don't know how you talking about a child. Like, they innocent, they angels. They ain't asked for all of this drama.
They
You
did.
brought the drama, and that's why it's drama, because you brought it.
That's
And
right.
then you think siblings are supposed to sit back and be hush hush about that. No way. I'm the eldest. I'm the eldest girl. Ask my brothers, since they tell me I'm coming through. Wheelchair and all, because I got a motorized chair because of my health.
Right.
But we pulling up, everybody together.
As you should. And the thing that is a
I never seen nothing
misconception
like that enough.
is the fact that they are supportive
Hmm.
of their sibling. It's looked at as being bullying. That's not bullying.
Right, that's not
That's
bullying.
being supportive. That's
So
it. That's
okay,
all.
But y'all gotta
so
understand, it wouldn't be bullying what we are saying. But and the
right,
only reason why it's called is bullying what we're saying is because we're not agreeing with her. If we
Right.
go back and
amen.
agree with her, then
Yep.
they'll praise us. Oh, your siblings
Oh
said the
yeah,
same
oh
thing
yeah,
about you.
yeah,
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But long as we're saying no, that's not true. That didn't happen. we're going to
Right.
be bullies and liars because we
Right.
don't fit in their scenario.
That's
That
right.
is the most brain dead shit I ever seen in my life. That you are not supposed to protect your siblings. I
Hmm.
ain't never seen nothing like that, and I hope I don't see no more like that ever. But this is crazy. Like
Yeah.
Man,
what?
y'all know how many whoopings I got and growing up as a kid for not having my sibling back. Who got the fight? And you didn't help them? Oh,
Yeah.
if
Oh,
they
we
got
got
the
our
fight, you
ass
didn't help
whooped
them? Yeah,
straight
oh,
up.
y'all in trouble. I
Yeah.
got
Yep.
tired of getting my butt whooped. Look, I'm down for the cause. We got this. Ain't when you fall, baby, I'm gonna be there to pick you up.
And Troy, I'm gonna make you laugh. You know them baby sisters and them baby brothers, y'all
Mhm.
off the chain.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey.
Y'all off the chain. Them youngins.
Oh
Like my
yeah, you
younger
ask
brother,
anybody.
he crazy about me. But them youngers, y'all something else. I'll be like, damn, how they
Listen,
just fly by me?
I told my Facebook panel this. I don't know if y'all done heard me say it, but see, y'all know I'm the baby, and I'm my daddy's only girl.
Hmm.
So with
Okay.
that being said, I was sitting there talking to my daddy when after I got grown, and I was like, "Man, daddy, I'm your only girl." He said, "I know, and you the last one to come along. Hey, I didn't want no damn girls." He said, "Then here you come along last, and you done gave me more hell than any of them niggas."
Same.
I said, "Boy, that ain't nothing but the truth. I can't even get mad."
Oh my goodness. Wow.
And
I'm
my
telling you
brother's
that
halfway like
young
you.
energy, boy. Them
Yes.
youngins. Ooh,
Mhm.
child. We gotta watch y'all. Y'all more dangerous than the oldest in the middle. We gotta watch y'all. Yeah, we gotta watch y'all
Yes.
for real, for real. Like,
Evelyn,
oh my God.
someone named Evelyn Glover is saying that she's trying to come up.
Oh, okay.
I just posted the link, Evelyn. Go ahead and tap it if you need it, love. Look, Nola said, I'm the youngest. My siblings do not call me unless they shit is that right. It's time to get active, baby. You hear me?
Mhm.
Yes, they already know my cousins and all. Let me call Toya. Because they know Toya coming. Win, lose, or draw, I'm coming.
I know that's right. Ooh, yeah. I always was told that them youngins, y'all firecrackers.
I can't even deny it, honey. I ain't even gonna lie. Evelyn, I dropped it in the chat, love. Did you see it?
Oh,
Just put it on the
I
screen.
love when I said I love Toya, boy. She be cussing, going in. Go ahead, Toya, do your thing.
And I did that when I first, came up on the scene, but I had to sit
Yeah,
back because I started noticing they was making me like they was doing things for me to react, but then when I
Uh-huh.
right,
react,
right, right,
oh, I'm the
right,
bad guy. You heard
Right.
what she
right.
said? Who says things like this? So I had to sit back and think about it. My grandma always told me sticks and stones may hurt your bones, but what? Words may
Those
never
will never
hurt you.
harm you.
You
That's
feel me?
right.
So I
Yeah.
had to think about it that way, and that's what I try to teach my kids. I try not to do
hmm
things that I'm already telling my kids not to do. So, hey,
Toya, you got some well-behaved children. You really
Yeah.
do. You
And
they
you really do.
that's a
yes,
Your
wonderful
kids, they
job.
just
Like,
they just beautiful, though. For
I'm
real.
gonna say this. She's
I
not
love
Yeah.
my.
she's not putting on for the camera. When I say Toya
Nope,
like
nope.
real life,
Mm-mm.
like she's like
Toya, real
real
one.
life. Real
She
life.
love her children a lot,
Mm-hmm.
lot.
We got Evelyn coming up, y'all.
Okay.
Hey, Evelyn, how you doing?
Is she up here?
It's in black. Evelyn, can you hear us? Look at your screen. You may have to tap the mic because we're not hearing you, Evelyn.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of hard for me to get up here too.
But you
Well, it's
did it because
telling me
God
it's
told you
it's
to.
saying unmute. It's like she got it muted. It's telling me unmute, and I'm hitting unmute, and it's not unmuting her. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Now you.
I can hear you now. I just heard somebody say, "Can you hear me?" It say you can't unmute her because she chose not to be unmuted.
Mm.
Okay, Evelyn, I'm gonna take you out, love.
You hear me?
Okay, I hear you now.
There she goes.
Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. How are y'all doing today?
We're
We
doing
How
doing
you
good.
good.
doing? You doing good?
wonderful. Just got out of church, Toya. I didn't know you was on. I just happened to go look, and I
Mhm.
saw you was on, and I was listening at them, and I was listening at how they were saying before we talk about the DV. I was listening how they were saying about the things that's happening, what they're doing with your mother. But one thing that I always tell people, you can pray, but one thing people don't realize, when God said what He said,
Her phone going out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's her signal. I'm trying to give her a chance for it to come back in. Oh, she got bumped off.
Yeah.
Evelyn, come back up, love, when you get a chance. I know it was probably your signal.
No, we are brave women, and that's what we supposed to do. Cause you know what it is. Cause I really love Toya, and I trust her, and for her to open up this panel to give us a voice,
Yes,
that
yes,
means a lot to me. You know what I mean? And I just rock with her.
I do.
Just
I
like
really
her.
appreciate y'all too, man, for
Like
real.
you, your family, how y'all, you rock. You know what I'm saying? Listen, nobody can get mad about you as a sibling because you're a sister, and that's what you're supposed to do. That's real love, real talk. I don't play around with saying anything, telling
Yeah,
from my heart, and that's how I feel. And your brother, he gonna be all right. He's
that's
going to
right.
be okay.
Yep.
But he'll know what signs to look for. Take your time, Robert.
But
Take your
he,
time.
he did that though. He took
Yeah,
his time. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? He took, and he probably didn't show it, but I'm sure
yeah,
that had to be painful for him to go through what
yeah.
he went through. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But he told it all that shit like a
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying? He could
And the
have
love of
he
those
had,
Yeah,
girls.
because he
yeah,
never told none of his family about what was going on until after it was on the internet.
right.
He
Okay,
never
he's
told us
very
anything. I
private.
mean, if he would have, I would have been in Atlanta. They wouldn't have made it to no damn internet.
Listen, I said that, Toya, on one live. I said it wouldn't have took no 11 months for me. I'd have been pulled up. Next plane, what flight, what time,
Right.
get
But
people
Robert
together.
didn't want nobody in it. That's why when they be like, well,
That's it.
he got y'all doing this and doing that, man, he don't got us doing nothing. If anything, he the reason why we ain't doing more.
Right.
Cause he
Amen.
be like, just let it go. Let them say what they want to say, man. Just let
Yeah,
it go.
yeah.
And I just feel like,
And
man, no,
that's what I'm saying. How
they
does he
was doing
strike
too damn
anybody in
much.
this panel as a DB guy? He don't have that.
He
He
don't.
don't
Right.
have that energy or that swag. Like he got swag now. Robert, keep yourself clean. I love all that, but he's not that dude that
He's
they
not.
trying to make
Right.
him to be. He's not. He
He's
is
If he
not.
not.
was, he would have been showed both butt cheeks.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But you know what gave it away when she went on with the two pigtails? Oh, I'm not gonna say he punched me in my eye. I'm not gonna say he dragged
Yeah.
me across the floor.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what the fuck is she talking about then?
That's exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was it. I mean, before that, I just knew. I said, this girl is a liar and she's looking
Mhm.
for a come up.
I
Straight
remember
like that.
that. And she was like, "Y'all act like I said he punched me in the back or something like that."
Yeah. And she
Like,
said the internet, we on the internet is the one that started everything. I said, this girl's delusional.
no, she should have kept her marriage issues within herself and dealt with it like a real woman. No, you don't
I
get.
feel that she never really loved Robert. I feel maybe she thought she did, but not the way how she displayed. Even if you with somebody for 6 years, how can you have that much demonic energy about yourself? That means it was always there. It didn't just get there. We
Right.
all our men we may get on our nerves, but nah, for better for worse. And the worst is him having cancer. And you went in the car, you talking about all the prayer warriors. You a devil, girl.
Right.
That hurt my soul to even hear her. What tongue she was speaking in? Yeah, okay. We gonna pass that one. But you know what I mean? Like, huh? I was like really freaking lost with that. I said, this girl right here,
Mhm.
she is demonic. Like, for real, for real. And I felt like even as a mom watching my kids get sick, but I never left their side. But what I'm saying with her, you were supposed to be there. That was the time you were supposed to be there. Build
Mm-hmm.
him up,
Right.
feed him, give him some vitamins, you know,
She was waiting
be a
on him to
wife.
go.
And
She
another
thought
thing,
that was her time, and God didn't see fit.
this is
That's
another
right.
thing. This how you know is straight BS. The
Yes.
fact you had time to record conversations. Where your pictures at? Where
Thank
your,
you.
where's your
Thank you,
picture?
Kenda. You're right. I
See,
said,
it took a
go
while
ahead.
for me to even show my pictures. You know what I'm saying? It do.
Hmm.
It takes a while. But
Yeah.
if you're a true DV survivor, you want to show
Yes.
scars to let somebody know, look, I overcame that. You know.
Yes. Yes.
But where your scars at? Where's it
Right.
at?
And as light as her ass is, she would have been bruised, black, green, orange, every
As
color.
naked as she stayed, somebody would
Right.
have
Thank
said
you.
something.
Thank you.
Right.
But
That
Mm-hmm.
that's
part.
just like Kenda said. If you was in an abusive relationship, most people take pictures or
Yeah.
something. They might not show nobody right then, but oh baby, they got some evidence that you don't put them
Yeah.
paws on.
And
It's,
you covering your body. You don't want nobody to see none of that.
yeah. That's
You
right.
got long shirts on in the summer. At least I did. That's how I used to walk around. I used to wear glasses in the shade. The
But you,
shade. The
But you
shade
already
outside and
know.
rain. And why you got glasses on your eyes? Because I
Right.
was hiding that black eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you
Listen,
know it's
Toya, my
BS.
mom, when I got to New York and she saw that shine on me, I used to wear a lot, put makeup just to cover it up. She took her pinky nail,
Mm,
scraped the makeup off my face, and she
wow.
saw that and she went crazy. She was like, "Wait a minute, you never even wear makeup. Your skin is good. You never need no makeup." I was wearing
Mhm.
makeup to cover those shiners. So
Right.
she ain't go do no DV. So she need to stop that damn lying over
Nah,
there.
especially if you record everything and then
Yes.
record him arguing, saying some stuff, but you're not even recording the whole conversation. And then
Right.
too, like, come on now, people married, relationship, whatever, you gonna get into an argument and you're gonna talk shit to that person at some point
Yeah.
if y'all really in love and y'all done been together for a while. But
Right.
you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like why would you had motive right there to record?
Hmm.
Why would you record?
Right. That part. Hmm. Facts. I never seen nobody recording all like she
And
did.
that's
Like
point. It was
it's
pointless
crazy.
conversations, like pointless
Yeah.
conversations. Why are you recording it? It's
Right.
but
Right. But she
that's
got
all
and
people.
some of
oh
those recordings, you could tell that they was coerced. Like she would start an
Miss
argument, and
Ebony
then he
is
would
up.
cuss her
I see
out.
a picture of her.
Oh, okay.
Latoya.
Ellen, you're here.
Uh,
I'm here. Can y'all hear me?
I can
yeah,
hear
we
you,
see I
love.
see your glasses, they
Okay,
fly.
again, how are y'all this time? I'm
We
telling you,
good.
me
How
and
you
this phone,
doing?
I'm telling you, we having a time.
Yeah.
But as I was saying before it went off, I just want to say to you, Toya, I was listening at them and I was saying before we got into DV, one thing we forget about the Bible say you will reap what you sow.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that will happen. You know, we always say it might hurt before then, but it's something my grandmother used to say, and I find that it's true. It's a payday after a while. You just
Mhm.
All
keep
right.
praying
All
and
right.
just keep looking up, and God's gonna do it. You know, that's something that's sad that people do things and they never think about they have to pay for it because it don't have to be right now.
Yep.
They feel like they ain't never gotta pay for it because at the moment it's glittering and shining like gold. They feel like they done won
Right.
Right.
until
Right.
them consequences start hitting.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, they got their day coming.
that is
I wish
right.
her phone would get right because I know I want to hear what she got to say
Yeah, I
Right.
love her.
because it's getting good.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
was on I think she was on Ashley's panel one day and she do yeah, she speak good facts. She do.
Yes.
She will. I like her. She got that grandma energy. That's what
Yeah.
I like
Right.
about her.
And
Mhm.
I love that. I don't care how old I am. I guess it's because my grandma raised me and she was the realest woman
Right.
I know. Or she didn't care if she hurt your
Mm-hmm.
feelings, but baby, she gonna tell you exactly how she feel. You ain't gotta
Yep.
guess.
Right.
I can hang around them all day long. They don't bother me because they be telling the real shit.
Yes, honey.
Hmm.
I love it.
I
Right.
love it too.
That's why I said it's a blessing. Like I lost my mom, but my grandma, she was always there. That was my mama. She
Yeah.
Right.
damn sure raised me right and taught me a lot. I learned a lot from my grandma. People don't understand. You might not listen to your elderly people. You feel like they just talking out the side of their head. But if you just so happen to pay attention, you will understand they got wisdom. They don't went through a lot of things that we
Hmm.
already don't went through.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yep.
And to see older women in their 50s literally trying to bash and look for stuff to try to put somebody down, that just shows, like I said earlier, you haven't
Hmm.
dealt with your issues. The fact
Right.
that you think that it's okay to try to put somebody else down don't have nothing to
Hmm.
do with this whole situation. None of it.
Right.
You know
Yep.
what I'm
Uh,
saying? So the fact that you would do that, you need to deal with yourself.
Yeah,
And
they
her
all,
supporters are doing the same thing. They're bashing people that
yes.
has a mind, and we just because we say no, it didn't happen, or I don't feel like he would do it. That don't mean like we're bashing her. We're giving our opinion. When you put your business on Facebook, even when I did it, I had to take the good with the bad, and
Right.
that's just one thing a lot of people got to understand. But when you do things like that, you got people that's gonna critique every single thing you say, your movement from then
Yes.
on. So
Yes.
when
Yeah.
you
Yes.
have videos that one of them say I was beat, I was
Right.
drugged down the hall, finger was broke, and then you got another one where you sitting up here saying, "Oh no, it was just verbal abuse. It was never physical." And then you turn back around next week and you got all your hate groups posting, "Oh, he drugged her. We got proof," even though we've
Hmm.
never seen it. It's just the
Right.
Right.
lies for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's the
Hmm.
lies for me, and I don't understand how so many people are still holding on to this story and what they are getting out of it. Because the stuff that
Like cult like cult
right, the stuff that
like
her hate
bullshit.
groups, the stuff that her hate groups are saying, it's not helping the situation. Like they over there talking about whether I'm fat or if my surgery took place or
Right.
whether I got roaches or not.
But that's none
If
of your
all of this,
damn
right,
business.
even
None
if
of their
all of that's
business.
true, even if everything you saying about me is true,
It
what
ain't
does
got
that
shit to
prove
do with
about
this.
him beating her? How does
Right.
that prove that she went
Thank
through
you.
DV? You
Right.
understand what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
It's like they trying to spin the narrative and oh, we ain't gonna talk about this since drama is so interesting. We're not gonna talk about being beat. Let's talk about how somebody look. Let's
Right.
drag somebody on how they live or something that they can't change. But you can sit
Right.
here and talk to this woman and tell her, look, we know you are lying. You need to stop.
Right.
This is not good. You have a
Right.
lot of women
Exactly.
following them behind you. So what I'm basically trying to say is instead of her supporters telling her right from wrong, which we got some friends that do the same shit. They see us doing something wrong, knowing damn well we ain't supposed to be doing it. But
Right.
instead of them being real and saying stop, this
Right.
is not right. You hurting this
Hmm.
Hmm.
person. They're gonna say,
Yep.
yeah, girl, go ahead. Let's keep on. And that's what I feel like is going on. If she had any real supporters, they would have been sit her down and said, look, this is hurting your brand more
Yep.
than it's helping your brand.
That's right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There's so many people making money off this situation and this story by spreading rumors and lies. It's sickening.
Yeah.
We
Hmm.
can go on for
Hmm.
a whole nother year saying that this man didn't beat her. But until you show proof that he actually abused you, then you cannot get mad if we believe it or not.
That's
Right.
right.
She don't got no proof, no marks, no scars, because Robert is not no abuser. Point blank. Period.
Exactly. That's not his character. And if it was anything on tape, record anything, it would have been out. You think they would have held on it for almost a year?
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
No, the divorce about
Yep.
final on the 30th to everybody go to court. Why in the world would you wait until after the divorce to put out a video? Oh, well, this is where he actually hit me. Well, here go a picture. You see my face black or my eye black. You see this cut on my leg. Hell,
Exactly.
I ain't
On
even
my
seen the
lip, she
video where
ain't
he
show
threw some
nothing.
water or juice on
Right.
you. But I see you on several videos pushing him down the stairs, throwing shit in his face,
Hmm.
throwing this shit outside because he don't want to adopt your kids. But you still
Yep.
got a whole lot of grown 50 and 60-year-old women spinning this narrative and running it all the way down memory lane, day for day, knowing good and damn well it's a lie.
It
And
is
Yeah.
a
that's where
lie.
the problem come in. Because
Yep.
when are we as black women gonna stop going against each other and speak up and say, look, ma'am, I understand things happen. I understand that men want divorces even though you in love with somebody. This shit doesn't happen to
Yep.
more than just one woman. You have
Yeah.
men that just don't want to stay married. If a man want a divorce, give it to him. Same
Yep.
as a woman. You don't have to tear somebody down, destroy their career, or
Right.
make up lies
Destroy
because
his
they simply
clothes
don't
and
want to be with
shit,
you.
Right.
all kinds of stuff. Just
Mhm.
doing too much, too much, like too much. That's how I said she is a liar and she will always be a liar. She's never going to denounce because she's demonic herself.
But at the
That's
same
why.
time, we all know this. So I feel like it's time to start the movement as far as looking at some of these women that's co-signing this bull crap and making
Yeah.
up these lies and start wondering, like, what kind of woman are you to even do this? Do you
Mhm.
have any kids? Do you have a son by chance? Because what if he get in a relationship with a woman and she holler DV because he simply wants to move on with his life?
Right.
How are
Hmm.
you going to feel then? But see, them women over there don't understand how God works because those are the one. And I'm not wishing bad on nobody. I'm speaking from past experiences because right now they upholding some stuff that's lies. Those are going to be the ones that have kids or they kids may have kids that
Yeah.
go through this situation. And they're going to be so
Hmm.
hurt and heartbroken and they going to think back. It might be 20 years from now, but God going to put it on their heart to, do you remember when you did that man like that and you didn't even know him?
Mhm. Yeah.
They're gonna have
Hmm.
to pay for it, and it may not even be where they admit they wrongs, but it's gonna drive them crazy because you can't do people like that without some type of consequence coming to you,
That's right.
whether it's mental or physical.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
okay, like when Chris Brown and Rihanna was together, we seen what
Yeah.
she looked like.
Mhm.
We
Cause she tried.
saw what she looked like, so we
'Cause
can believe her. But even with that, the way they was making it, that she put hands on him, but still, it's wrong. We saw that.
yeah.
Now we can say, "Oh, did that really happen?" But you ain't got nothing to show,
Right.
no marks. All you is
Right.
naked,
But that's why
naked.
I say. But that's why I say it is. That's the proof that it didn't happen. Because if you're sitting there recording you and your spouse conversation when y'all mad, he's calling you whatever, and then you recording him when he talking about his sibling. Where's the picture at of him abusing you?
Yes,
If you would record that, then you damn
right.
sure have some pictures.
Mhm, mhm.
Because it didn't happen.
You ain't showing nothing, no nothing that indicates that. That's why I say, girl, if she's
And like
troubled,
I said,
she need help,
it
and
doesn't
it's
mean that we're
crazy.
bullying. We're not bullying just because we don't agree with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a voice, just like them on that other side. If y'all want to support her, you more than welcome to do so. Support
Yep.
her,
Knock
but
it
you don't
out.
tear nobody down.
Where Toya? She dropped.
She must have did.
She'll come back up. Yeah, but as I said, I never believed that girl. Like that girl lied too much. Like it's just, woo, child. Like what DV she went to. But really, like I said, when she had all that pink in them braids and she's sitting there rocking in the chair, I was not saying he did that. I was like, oh, I'm done. I'm done.
But
I
see,
can't do it no more.
hers happened. I was just like
Hmm.
the other women, the other people. I believed her. I
Oh,
did. I believed her from the very beginning. But then as time went on, stories started switching up, and then you looking at the 911 call, the video. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, this ain't adding up.
now when she first came out with the glasses and sitting on the floor with the varsity jacket and thing,
Yeah.
I said something about that because she was talking to the other girls that was in the room, and I was like, I don't know, something don't sound right. Then she talked about it in the car with the kids. Remember, she said, "Oh,
Hmm.
my kid's lying." I
Yeah.
still was like,
Hmm.
something not right. I
That's
still said that something's not right. And then when she was sitting in that chair with the braids and this and that, I said, "Wait a minute, what happened?"
But see, I
That's
didn't
it.
know. I didn't even know anything about Toya or Kevin until she went on a rampage of bashing them.
Yeah,
I really didn't. So that's when I started, looking them up and following them, and I'm like, okay, they just being supportive of their brother. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And then it's
She
like
was
when
so
shots was
disrespectful.
fired, and they defending themselves, that's bullying.
Hmm. Yep.
Like I literally seen that day when she said, "Y'all call Rutherfordton County." I seen that shit.
Yeah.
I hadn't even had
She
a
and
conversation.
she promoted that.
Yeah, she
She
did.
she incited that. That's like a
Yep,
riot
yep,
that Trump did. She did the same thing.
That's exactly what.
Damn shame. That's why I was like, it's the lies for me. It is the lies for me. Well, you must be dropped down. Oh man.
Just spiteful. Like, don't, nah.
And really, women are really being unalived and
Yep.
so
That is
they
so
can't be
true.
with their kids no more because they not here to tell the story. They don't know their mama or their daddy.
Right.
They only know for other people.
Yeah.
So this shit
That's
is
like,
on the rise.
this is perfect example. My cousin, God rest his soul, he's not here anymore. His father killed his mother when he was 6 months. So he never knew his, and then his father killed his mother when he was 6 months and he killed himself. So my cousin grew up not knowing his mother or his father. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
wow.
And for a long time, he thought that his aunt and his uncle, like they was married, he thought that they was his parents. He didn't find out until he was like 20 years old that all of they had been lying to him his whole life.
Right,
And
right.
he didn't know how to take that. You got to think about it. Somebody that already have trauma from not having their parents. And then for you to grow up and somebody that's not even related with you, I think it was like his sister on the other side,
Mm,
to contact you and tell you that they're not the people that raised you, that you thought was your mother and father, is not. That's a lot to take in. And
yeah.
then he struggled with that, and he struggled with it, and guess what, he committed suicide.
Oh man, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Goodness.
That's why I say people really have to dig deep. You gotta deal with them traumas before you can really heal yourself. You shouldn't even be in a relationship.
Yep. And that's what's happening with her. She was damaged goods before she met the truth, to be honest. And she masked all of that. She masked
Hmm.
that whole thing.
Right.
Like I said, she's evil. It's not nice. She's not a nice. Oh, listen, everybody says she's beautiful. She this. I don't see beauty because her heart is tarnished.
That's right. Physically, yes, you're beautiful. Physically,
Hmm.
the outer,
Right. But the inner,
yeah,
she need to go get her some help.
that is facts. Well, I don't know. Is Toya back up here?
I don't see her. I don't know what happened.
No, she's not. I think I'm gonna go ahead and drop down too.
Yeah, maybe
Um,
she'll come back up. I don't know.
yeah, she might come back up. But it was nice meeting you and
You
talking with you.
too. You too. You such an inspiration. You really are.
Thank you so much. And like I said, if there's anybody up here that want to talk, vent, whatever the case may be, hit me up on Facebook, Kenda Arrington,
Okay.
KendaArrington. If you want to bless my
Okay.
cash app, it's dollar sign capital KENDA 35. And that's
Okay.
all. Y'all have a good blessed night. I wish everybody the best. And
Yep.
I'm praying that this situation go ahead and die down and everybody get the healing that they need to move forward.
Yeah, this was a beautiful panel tonight.
It
Very
definitely
nice.
was.
Yep.
Definitely was. Well, you
All
have a
right,
good
honey
night,
bun.
Miss Lisa. All
You
right.
too, baby.
Bye bye.
Okay. All right.
Hey, you guys, I apologize. My phone actually went dead, and I thought it had actually ended the live, but I see it didn't. Can y'all hear me in the chat? I'm sorry, y'all. My phone died. I had to charge it just to cut it back on. But how everybody doing tonight, man? Hey, everybody. I'm glad y'all didn't just leave me hanging. You feel me? I don't know where Kenda and Lisa went. I guess they got off because my phone died. If anybody want to come back up, let me know. If not, we'll end this chat. But at the end of the day, I hope somebody, at least one person, got something out of this live, man. Something positive. That's what I pray. Somebody got something positive from this live stream tonight. Yeah, I bet you they did leave because I was gone for a while. She said they dropped down. Thank you, Open Book. And if anybody on here want to send a small donation or whatever to my Cash App, it is up top. I will definitely be coming back on YouTube. I have another domestic violence live that I will be doing tomorrow as well. I will be posting after I speak with the person and find out exactly what time they want to do it. I will be posting it on my Facebook page, Miss Authentic, so y'all know what time to tap in. I'll probably go ahead and schedule it once I find out what time she want to do it, and I'll post it on YouTube so y'all will already know what time to be here. I see it look like something coming back in. If anybody want to get up before I get off, y'all, the link is in the chat. If y'all want to say anything, don't hesitate. You can speak your mind over here. So, what's some things that y'all can say that y'all learned from this live video, from this live stream? Did anybody learn anything, take anything with them? It's Miss Authentic, MRS Authentic. Hey Kay, I see you. She said, "Where did you go, honey? That phone died. I had to charge this thing back up." Open Book, thank you for staying on here, man. You be blessing me. I appreciate all your help, man. All my moderators that's in here, shout out to y'all. Yeah, that's my page right there on Facebook, y'all. Miss Authentic. Y'all make sure y'all go smash that follow button. Like I said, I pray that I get my other page back. I feel in my heart I will, because it was taken for impersonation, like faking to be someone else. That's what they mass reported me for. So they're investigating it now. So hopefully they will see that I am who I say I am. Mine is set back for a come up. You feel me? Open book. Thanks. Okay, Toya. Thank you, love. Y'all share the live. Maybe some more people will come back in. I learned to take red flags serious. That's what's up, Roro. That's all you can do, man, is learn from your mistakes. Some people think because they made a mistake, that's the end of the world. But no, man, that's life. And life be lifing right now, man. You got to stay focused, stay prayed up, and definitely pray for strength. Say you had messaged me, open book, girl. My phone was all the way dead, love. I said, dang, my phone done died. I thought it was like on Facebook, because if you're on Facebook Live and your phone die, then it'll go ahead and end the live and share it. What you mean did Robert get demonetized? Why are y'all saying? Why is people saying that? I've seen people come in my chat earlier saying they talking about Robert got demonetized. Who said Robert got demonetized? And my thing is, if he did, is they gonna give him some money? Cause why does that matter? Like people worry about the wrong thing. Is they gonna pay his bills if he did get demonetized? Probably not. Just something else for somebody else to talk about and be miserable about. That's why we gotta start looking over some people. Anybody want to come up and talk or what? Of course, you'll get it back, and the mass reporters will start to lose theirs because it was done maliciously. I wish we had the names because then we could do harassment charges. Oh, honey, it's a whole lot falling in place. I ain't even gonna go into detail about that, but I promise you, the ones that did it will pay for it, or they master will, because things are definitely moving forward. I'm not even, like I said, I'm not gonna give too much, but it's definitely being handled. Promise you. I don't know, Toya. They've been saying that. I just say it on here. Oh, you good, Latoya? I seen somebody else come in here and say that the other side was saying that. But y'all can't believe everything them people say. They said I was demonetized all last month, and I wasn't demonetized. I just couldn't put up posts. I was still being paid every time somebody watched any of my videos on my page or shared it. Some people like to spread bad things. If it's good, I guarantee you won't hear these people talking about it. That's why I said we got to start actually analyzing the people that we're having conversations with. If somebody come to you every time they speak to you, it's something negative, it's something bad, it's something to get you upset. X them people out your life, man, because they don't mean you no harm, and they obviously like seeing you upset. Oh well, if Robert said it, then hey, it's true. I'm pretty sure he ain't gonna lie on himself. Oh, open book. That's definitely not true. You best believe they were watching and listening. They just didn't say nothing. You got them outside watchers. You feel me? Robert said himself on his live today just about made me cry. Yeah, I believe it. They messing with all our pages, man. They messing with all our pages. But I will tell y'all this: our lawyer has already informed us, like ever since the time this has started, like any money that we have missed, any months we haven't got paid, any time we have been demonetized, if our views have dropped due to people defaming our character and stuff like that, like it will be reimbursed in court. So with that being said, if anybody got any information where anybody has spoke on any of my family, make sure y'all get that to us, because we all need evidence for court. We do have some videos. um But if y'all have any screen recorded, I know a lot of y'all bloggers was definitely screen recording all of the disrespectful, disgusting, evil stuff that they were saying about my family. So if y'all have that, definitely shoot it to my inbox or Kevin's or Robert's, because we will be needing it real soon. Exactly, open book. Exactly. Thank you, open book. I appreciate that, love. Well, y'all, I'm gonna get off here and get some rest, man. My husband already done went to sleep on me. He got to get up and go to work. I got to get up and get these kids ready. You feel me? The story of a mother. Your job is never done. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I love each and every one of y'all. I hope everybody have a blessed rest of the week and night. And anybody that has went through domestic violence, I wish you nothing but the best. I wish you peace. And I definitely pray for your healing. Yeah, Latoya, I didn't see it, but somebody inboxed me about it. It was just the shade trying to be funny. She was so happy that my page got taken, but it's cool because, like I said, it's under review. God don't make no mistakes. We're gonna sit back and see who dance when something go wrong with her, cause her day coming. You can't always, you can't dodge what God got for you. You feel me? You can't hide it either. You might do it behind closed doors by yourself. You might not tell nobody. But you best believe God sees all and hears all. You welcome, Roro, and good night to you too. Good night, everyone. I hope y'all all have a blessed night. I love each and every one of y'all, man. Make sure y'all run them likes up for me. Definitely hit the share button. And y'all have a blessed one. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all be watching to see what time I'll be going live. I will be posting it. Y'all have a blessed night. Peace.